Morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Worldwide, when you get there, the man been afraid. Man, I will honest. Keep it real and honest, run, tablet. All right, so I deal with two things. Very important in the day. Very, very important. Learning channel. We not play with people, keep it real. All right. According to JCF, Highcommand sources, then send me some other things. Remember, the views, not my word. So me will put it up. Right? Related to the drugs. Just a follow up. Yeah. So I'll put it up and I'll read it. Because when we get anything there, so and it accuse them Highcommand, people in Highcommand, the sources, them accuse them from over Mocha, them know better than this and them not do no action, them not take action. So I'll put it up. We are gonna read it. Well, we can see it. I see it coming because these things are what we not cover up. Right? Them just found what them say $21 billion worth of drugs still coming in. But we know at the police, them name are calling these things, it's terrible. Yeah, man, it's terrible. Right? And we have to put it up because you can't a police the place when for them name from remember our colleagues within them, side of them in Iran are sending these things to me. And vex. And it show you all the place run and everything. By the way, I'm going to put up a police lady will die. Where them say, Iran say them never give the position and she don't want them have no police funeral and them and give a police funeral. Now I put up that too. And next thing to one, look on the history of the land. A young man put up something and I'm going to show you the history of the land. Who own it, I want to look on this deeply. Right? And them tell you nothing, Somebody sent me something last night. I see what ag pan lean mode show. Yes, pan Eiffel mode. And what Eiffel say she invite the PMP them and them never come across. But she make water attack. And now water gonna say well that's when the place them a build. So them take a next position. Although them did come out and tell like Mark Wolin and Peter Bunting and then Patterson sell land. Patterson couldn't sell these land. So when I go back. A young man doing research, I'm going to go back and I'll play that, where it come from. I do him say something at the first one when I agree with, because Andrew them behind this. Yeah? And by the way, I want to check it out. When a court get order, a court not get order to police and send a police station and send the owner. The court not get the order to the owner. Yeah? The court not get order to bailiff. Yeah? So the court might reach a verdict with the lawyer. Yeah, and them know, but the order go to bailiff. And if people are hostile, the bailiff seek help from police, them never mention nothing like that. I don't know people overlook it. Yeah? Much just take the commissioner involved too, The one of them is a pattern web. We might try to trick people. We don't have garbage with them. So we're going to deal with that. So two different things we're dealing with today. You can't, notice how they might cover up. They might try to do a 9-day one, and now we still ask a question. Why is it that the Prime Minister, today or Friday, yeah, from last week, Tuesday, how much days that Tuesday, today, how much days, and nearly 2 weeks. Tuesday come, see that Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 2 weeks. And now Andrew put him foot down there because he's guilty. Yeah, and then him come out and talk about things when I make no sense. And the blame game, people for start hold them accountable. Yes? All right, so let me start this. Let me start and continue with the cocaine and the bus. We're going, right? But let me play this because the boss said go unnoticed because we're going. Let me play the boss here. Hear the boss here.
The massive drug seizure.
Yeah,
more details are emerging about the massive drug seizure at the Kingston Freeport Terminal, with police now revealing that more than 2 tons of cocaine were intercepted over a 3-day period. 8 people are now in police custody as investigations continue. The operation, conducted between August 5 and 7, involved the Firearms and Narcotics Investigation Division, the Jamaica Customs Agency, and the Specialized Operations Branch. The police say more than these 3 days has a combined local street value of approximately 1.24 billion Jamaican dollars. However, based on the estimated value of the shipments, the intended and for the overseas markets, the haul is worth more than 21 billion Jamaican dollars. The JCF says investigations are now intensifying locally and
so we can't listen to the JCF for the touch cocaine. Why? Because sources, and you can see, remember just put up this on the screen. Because we want to say, no, we're not do tabloid. So I'm going to put up this on the screen. When you hear about cocaine and them things, I'm not going to pay them no mind, you know. I'm not pay them no mind. All right. So this, you notice said today, I'm going to leave some things for me to read, follow up, and all right. So, when you see it, I'm going to draw it down, and when you see it, all right. Look on this, I'm going to move this. This, the one we are see this to read it together about the JCF, right? And this is where members of the same hierarchy, you know, are asked and them are expose something. That so the views is not my word. When I say it's not my word, look on this. Look on this. You see it? Look on this. Follow up from CTAC investigation. Players, Commissioner of Police, Gugu Tiu. And then put Richard Stewart OC. Well, I'm going to say something to you now. Hey, let me show you something. I'll show you something now, right? The police, they look on this now, you know, because I know they look on it. But when you look on the writing, you see them say, we don't say AKA, police don't use that, them say OC, otherwise call. Yeah? OC. You notice that OC then use that, so. Well, when it come from them, I see for them writing anyway. So watch this. Yeah? You will then what's now? OC, Richie Escobar. Backside. So them say, Richard Stewart, OC, Richie Escobar, DCP crime. Washing his, look at people. Me them not proceeds through the hardware stores. What? That mean a black son through the hardware store and numerous properties. He's also leading the cover up and destruction of potential evidence. Yeah. So the Highcommand, look here now, DCP, the Highcommand, the side of you know, they must say you, I use the powers and I do this. Yeah. You are use the power and doing this. I wash it in a always. That means a material building place and properties. Yeah? And I use the power for destroy evidence. Strong word, don't. No, him should have moved long time, you know. We should have moved. From the first set come out, you should have moved him. You can't have him there, so. So him name now Richie Escobar. Inspect, hear this now. But on the outside now, I know. Inspector Walker charged for cocaine seizure and still getting full pay. A lie. Hold on there. Hold on. When you hear this again now, you see the inspector from CTAC, but charged to the cocaine, them same still I get full pay. Still I getting police pay. Full pay now. We think them charge him, still I get full pay. Okay. Okay. Let me see what them say here, so. So them give her up to date. So I give her up to date. So Escobar, I'm afraid he will snitch. And them, okay. Okay. So them say him Walker get full pay because Escobar, that are the DCP, afraid he will snitch on them. Because them say Walker know everything with Escobar. Yeah? So Escobar then make sure him get full pay. When you hear this? No, this serious enough people. Remember the commissioner move CTAC out of that there. Out of that the place there, you know. Yes. And you hear this? Escobar. Yeah, according to sources from the Highcommand. Right? Them say Escobar, them afraid him snitch. So them have him full pay and them are, yes. And them are try to destroy the whole evidence. This bad door, it's not a police force this. Who are safeguard these things, them are use rank. Retired Colonel Desmond Theodore Edwards, who names now Director General. Why am I be a retired general? Head of Mocha. Your name I call out now. Let me call him again. Retired Colonel Desmond Theodore Edwards, Director General of Mocha. He occupies a position collecting a fat salary of almost $30 million per year and failing to act on the information regarding the criminal conduct. Yeah, evidentiary materials from CTAC. So them say, you, hold on there. Let me put out this that you can see it, you know, because not my word, I want to see these things. Hold on. So Mocha guy, retired Colonel Desmond Theodore Edwards, Director General, head of Mocha. He occupies a position collecting a fat salary at most $30 million per year, failing to act on information regarding criminal conduct. So you get the criminal, oh, so you fail to act on this. So them are call you out to, you know, evidentiary material from CTAC, stolen cocaine, and 150 guns not accounted for, and records. Are you covering up corruption for the criminals in the JCF, JDF, and the government? You see the question but the Iraq but police sources are asking. So Mocha, your own colleagues are ask you, why you not act? Because you have the evidence. Them say them have the evidence. So your name, okay. And you have to come from the army if you run Mocha. Why do I use people from the army run Mocha? I have to ask a question too, you know. Let me continue with this. Can this bad? Hey, Jamaica get immune now. You know, say all the media houses down there garbage too. We know them are garbage, you know. Because, you know, and them should have do a thing like this, but no. I'm not doing it. See? Let me see who this way them call some other name. Merrick, okay. Let me see this now. I'm gonna put up this now. Hey, some things are going unbelievably, you know. I'm gonna put up this. ACP Merrick Watson in charge of training. Okay. So APC Assistant Commissioner of Police Merrick Watson in charge of training. Using recruits in training to mix concrete and two suites in St. Thomas. What? So recruit and mix concrete up in St. Thomas? Yeah. These two houses are being built for what? Merrick Watson. So what on there? What on? So I recruit from down at the training when I use my concrete for build the house them up in St. Thomas. For who them say? Gugu Tiu and Merrick Watson yourself. So hey people, enough thing them are going with down there, man. So Commissioner, remember, you know, you have people stand up that you are giving the information. I said, I remember I published them. Okay. SP Victor Barrett is managing the okay. And the funding for okay. From what? Hold on there. Victor Barrett, oh, your name always in this, so. How about this? So hold on there. But this shocking now. So Gugu Tiu your name a call. People from Highcommand, and them call me this morning, me get a missed call because I wake up late. See? So we get some things, you see. But we wake up late, you know. Yes. So hold on there. Hold on. Hold on. So Gugu Tiu your name a call in a this thing, man. Yeah. Victor Barrett your name a call, managing directing. Okay. Managing this, okay. That's sweet. And funding for, okay. From cocaine proceeds. DCP, Karina Woods, Force Logistics, 26 million from SP Marvin. What? What? Hey, people in this. Well, I know. Well, I know. Get 26. Oh, okay. Karina Wood, DCP. Yeah. Karina Wood, Force Logistics, 26 million from SP Marvin Brooks. Proceed from CTAC. What is a cocaine sale list? Hey, them thing I have to know what going in there, you know. I have to put them out. Oh, no, nobody wants that to miss. One member of the team and the cocaine operation seizure has been cooperating with investigators and has provided detailed account to include destruction of diaries and entries. Okay. People, this rat, you know, when you can't get to the bottom of this, you know, Jamaica is a coke hub. Now when you have good cops, in Iraq, because them can't, you see, you have in a Highcommand and same place in a rank and file too. You have good cops where when know what go on and they write this, so and then people like me know where you know, so them would they send me these material. You can't see timestamp on them, I don't it. Yes. You understand? So always you know pick up a name, you pick up a name what go on in there. See? Let me show this. This bad, you know. This terrible. Yes. So Gugu Tiu name a call DCPS cover DCP Escobar. Then call him Richie Escobar now. Them a build place in a St. Thomas now. For them, all kind of little things happen over the place. Them a building a money, man. And you make sure them man are comfortable, you turn a blind eye, everybody are turn a blind eye. Hungry poor people are suffer. Right? I'm put up this. True word. While I see it's true word, put up this. Tell them man true word. I'm going to put up this. I didn't say I'm going to put up this too. All right, here where police are telling me about that lady I know. So it was a good lady. And Shaya, SSP Pilot, Pinky Green. Yeah. August the 20th. Yeah. Them say no, she never want no police funeral. She never want no police funeral because them overstep when she forget promotion because she know in them arms house. So them overstep her and thing. So now them get a police funeral and people from my command say she have a request. It's not to get a police funeral. She don't need it, never need it. When them try to go around her because she never in them foolishness. Right? And she regrets she never need a police funeral, but them give her a funeral. Up to this sent to me too. Yeah? So when we invade the woman's space when she don't need a funeral and get a police funeral, she don't want it, she don't know the criminal want them. See? Yes. See? So I put her up and salute ma'am for your service. Because we is a nice police lady this, you know. So we salute you, yeah? Yes, 100%. We salute you for your service, ma'am. All right, ma'am. With all respect. See? All right. So we have to salute her too, you know, because, you know, yes. It's a she don't know them foolishness, so them sidestep her. Because she not going to the commissioner class, you know. Before them sidestep her. Yes. But let me go back to this. When you see the amount of cocaine are coming in, when the police them sees the cocaine, them thief a lot. I remember another the hierarchy where that come from hierarchy sources, another station. But in a bank and file in some other places, if you take St. Thomas, Portland Police, the one of them already come in, them beat. But yes, no, if them seize coke and them thief the coke, you can't call them a police. I know them over them police themselves. Police Service Commission now work now because when police say no, this and them say the guy I'm working now work. When name again, I go look back for your name. But come from the army, I get so much money. Them say nah work neither. Yes. You understand? So them want highlight the one of these things, yeah man. Them want highlight the one of these things. Google, your name I call up a lot. Yeah, Richie Escobar, your name to a call up a lot. Because them say live hardware. Yeah. You're building a lot of building. You're building a lot of buildings. Yeah? You're building a lot of buildings. Black Sun and Steel. Yes. Them say up one bag of things are going on, you know. And enough for them reach out of that, you know. So it's a and I really can't remember police who they involved. But when you say police involved and them can dip and do what them are doing and them are the top. But me telling you before, you can't see them cocaine there with them boss are like Avondale. It reaching and so much like 12 billion. No, at 20 billion this valley where them just boss come this up. And most of the boss, you know, a US, I tip them off, you know, so when them do what them are thief it back. So not really them. I mean, so somebody put up something say, Jamaica no join up with things so them can't crush. No. When US always have a thing there with them and not just Jamaica alone, but other country. After just, you know, them want to put an eye, but remember, enough of them are criminal too. Yes. So when you hear about join up with security force and thing, and I know about no training, but soldiers them need lamp eye. Yes. Not like that. After just deter the kind of cocaine and thing, it's still a reach. Because when big boy around something, it's still reach, you know, you can't get away from it, you know. As some impossible task. See? When you see the amount of cocaine, remember, you know, them only send in one. So when you see one bus, like 90 had got you, Jamaica wash with cocaine. You shut down, you see, same like how them shut down Cooper's Pen. If you shut down Uptown, even where Angel live, in a film Beverly Hills, shut it and sweep it. If you enter and sweep every house, the amount of gun and drugs are flying up there, unbelievable. Do it up in a, where them call it, Meadowbrook? Do it up there, and Cherry Gardens and one of them top end place. Just shut it down and sweep it. But you will see up in that, it's frightening. Yeah, it's frightening. And don't make them trick, you know. Them are beat, them good. Them good. Meanwhile, the one where do they beat and foot, them not really make money. See? Stay in a power, draw, chest and drop there, you know. Yeah, you can't, nobody no investigate nothing. And them come and talk, because remember, you know, what you do, you know, all right. So here what them do, politician style. So in a ghetto, them you know say you very influential. Them are clean a gully work, them want to know who, what kind, them want to know the influential people, them in the place. So if you're influential and you have one bag of youth, where listen to you, and you, the politician, are come to. Serious. Yes. So and them kind of tactics they enjoy use now with the police force. And we control them. You know, blind eye turn, then them go out and go and friend, and just make them have a piece of this. Them not violate. Me make them live good, the rest of them suffer, but me make the one them I give the command suffer. I'm good, well me good. Other way them approach politics. Then them use propaganda and that kind of thing. Do not study him. Maybe the easiest book for study. Easiest book. Control the media. Some people out of the media where them can buy and then you even them talk for the government. Not for the government accountable. You just look. Yeah, by them action. You can't for the government even if I could have your twin, you hold them accountable. By them action, you know, say, okay, this is what them up to. Just hear them talk on the radio and on the TV. And you can't pick out the one them will work. But definitely at work. Just hear them action, them always come in a defense of the government. I defend the government. Yeah? Pan people radio station and pan TV. And the paper. See? Because them the one them who do this, them getting paid. Them the business about this station. if it was sink, then getting paid. See? Yes. So him now and that's when him say my pay draft for that team player. And then the police them get up, they want the big boys then, and all of them in their arms house because you see me I get details. See? So them just give me things to put out and I put it out. Call the people them have to know, them have to stop. Yeah, them have to stop. See now people forget good. Same like how get to you till I get them and go to prison. Them forget busted to and go to prison. Them to go on. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. So we have to put out that pandemic because you can't have it both ways. No. This have to stop. All right. Somebody asked me for a clip of the Morant Bay Rebellion this morning. I'm going to send it go give them. But before I send it go give them, I played a young man here. And I show him say, where I say, only one thing him say, Andrew, him not blame Andrew there, so but him come back to where I say. I want to take in a clip here keenly, right? And by the way, I'm not sure now, because I remember him attack, but me like sure no say this so. Because I remember when the Jarrett them in the 1963, you know, when Buster push out, you know, because them want the land and wait to sell from where to come from, you know. Colonial days. Remember, I played the Rebellion yesterday. I be Rebellion. And because I learn how own our work. When you watch him doing research, and then I put up some documents too. For back, where I say, yeah, I put up some little things. And with that family there. I know, see that family there, well, them there, they talk about master this, master that. You know, see the Jared on the JLP. You know, it's around them there. Eh? And they leave. Yes. Remember, put up this. Hear this.
Tell me what you think. Early one morning, 3-4 o'clock, excavators pulled up in Cooper's Bend, Trelawney. By sunrise, 20 families had no house to wake up in. No warning, no letter, no knock on the door the day before. And I'm going to be very straightforward with you from the jump because that's the only way this works. That bulldozer was sent by Andrew Holness. He was a private landowner enforcing a court order that goes all the way back to 2010.
Alright, so him get that wrong, but go on, him get that wrong. So private, I know it's a private landowner that will step out and say, yes, it's me. And just that alone, he don't got say it for the start CXT. But remember to tell Andrew, we not ask you, the whole of you, you know, when they deny it first, when they send out garbage and blame the PMP. Like one of the well, I'm gonna know we have documents. We hear all them now and say yes, Dr. Crab they talk to the man. But we have a war tax, you know. Me never took a look at piece. But in 2010, it break down because two senior PMP member I tell the people them that's a lie because the man win him case number 1. Yeah, you know what can't name a PMP member 2010. So the PMP member couldn't come and say book to you when the man win the case. Nobody can watch what in 2010. And it never publicized. So that alone a lie. You know it's a lie. So when the man talk to Dr. Crab, but have it here, so when the man talk to Dr. Crab, him say follow up on the liar, the man liar. The man say more market price for the land. So help them because the people them willing to pay. So the PMP couldn't say, remember them done win already. Against the 99 of them. The man talk to Crab. So our PMP, me tell you some phantom people them put in all the time. Our PMP, 2 senior member, 2 PMP member, I say, when you live on the land, the court does order the people them to pay the man 50,000 each. And the man win him case. So him talk to the government at the time. That don't make no sense. But what I talk again, you know. If him talk to sensible people, it do not make sense. None at all. Yeah? So OPMB says, stay upon them just do the court case and the people them say them willing to pay for it. They now have the bad, but if you can give them some discount, that's why I'm turn to the same guy who mash up the people them place, the one that Dr. Crab. Yeah? And ask if the government could have just help pay them. Eh? So there is no breakdown to the government not deal with it. So what them do now, the government run with the man. You know them say PMP tell the people them last. So you couldn't tell the people them to stay upon something when the people them look on it to buy. Me we lost the case 2010, right? And me go to the man and say, go on buy the land. The man say, you want to sell or no? Make we engage with the government. Because we want market price. We don't want it for a cheaper price. We don't have the whole money. And them ask to buy it on behalf of the people them. Or PMP I tell the people them, stay upon the land, man. Stay upon the land. That makes sense? PMP never even have power. Eh? But this is how them lie. This is how them spew out. Them just get up and tell a lie without think. Eh? That no make no sense. Me in opposition. And I tell you, you just lose. You all right. So Jackie, let me ask you something and John. Because we are critical thinker. Marva, turtle boy. Let me ask you something. Queen Candy, let me ask you something. So the whole name yourself. So them carry go court. Them win. The whole on you also say, we don't want to buy the land, but we don't have the big money. And the liar turned and said, me and the housing minister at the time. He turned to me and talked to me on the phone because we see the conversation, phone conversation. Them can't deny it, you know. Can't this not let go in and clear them and try to clear up them lies. Say Patterson sell land. This are clear up Patterson again too. What me I play with it. So if the man say more market value for the land, any breakdown must the government refuse to pay him for the people, them don't it? Or it will be now 2 PMP member. You notice the people them not talk to these people, you know. 2 PMP member come and tell Uno say, don't pay the money and get the land. PMP no in a power number 1. This, it never advertised, we never know about the case, none at all. Them know about it. It never come into the public domain. Yeah? More than them and the people them were there. Okay? Remember them last already with them name. All the people have to stay upon the land. That makes sense, them no in a power. It makes sense to you, Jackie? Yeah? Yeah. Where I say, what say? Me not there, my family. See? It don't make no sense when them talk a bull crap. But when them do, them play a blame game all the time and talk something when they make no sense. But I can't tell more. So we are critical thinkers. So when they come out with, and by the way, everything depend on them watch. More you watch this keenly, can do research, and then I put up some papers too. But just watch this thing keenly. Because somebody not come from. Continue.
So I'm not going to tell you that he did it, because he didn't. But I want you to sit with one question. And this question is what the entire thing is about. Why did that man have a piece of paper and 20 Jamaican families didn't? That's not a Trelawney question. That's a 200-year-old question. And I'm going to answer it. We have to go back to the beginning. The British takes Jamaica from the Spanish, and they don't sell the land, they give it away by patent to soldiers. There's an estate right now in St. Catherine called Worthy Park. A lieutenant in Cromwell's army was handed it as a thank you for helping to take the island. It's still there.
I remember when my target saw a reality. I'm sure it took some other little things with the family. And by the way, remember the slave master, them get paid, not the slave, you know. Them have to get paid. Yeah, when slave abolished, you know. For you, you know, because you was a property of them estate. So them pay you, the government of UK paid them, the slave master them. What do you all kind of things? What dump your own people them and get paid because like them insure. Them are come in and some little thing and then dump them, kill them, they are asleep. And them get paid for that. All that happened to you know. Them are throw people overboard and get paid for it. Me sure. None of you know the history. That's why I say you can't call squat up people squat up on this land. And you still have slave master descendants who are run this. When a Jamaica Labour Party, you watch this. And again, same one cause Rasta forget trim. And it still come up now. Just watch this. I'm going to show you something.
It's still one of the biggest working estates in this country. And that man's family they gave Jamaica 2 speakers of the House of Assembly, the father and the son. Think about what that means. The plantation didn't just make the money, it made the legislature. The men who owned the land wrote the laws about the land. So by the time our ancestors were free to buy anything, the island was already spoken for. Then slavery ends and Britain writes a check. Not to the people who had been enslaved, but to the people who had owned slaves. The single biggest payout the British government had ever made in its history. And they had to borrow to pay it. You want to know when the British taxpayer finished paying off that loan? 2015. Not 1915, you know. 2015. Some of you watching this were actually grown. 16,000 slave owners right here in Jamaica filled out a form and collected. And the people who had been enslaved got apprenticeship, 4 more years working for the same land, for the same people, for food and clothing. No wages. They were paid in cash. We were paid in 4 more years of free labor. But now let me show you what that check was actually worth without drowning you in figures. Up in Sligoville, a Baptist minister was buying land and cutting it into quarter-acre lots to sell to freed people. £3 a lot. £3. That's what freedom costs per family in land. One slave owner in St. James collected a check that could have bought the entire village times 2. That's not a statistic, that's the entire story. One man's compensation against a village of families scraping together £3 at a time. And most of these slave-owning families took the money and went back home to England. But one family didn't. The Drvgs. The year slavery was abolished, the sons came back to Jamaica and put the family right back into sugar. At their height, they held land from Montego Bay clear to Falmouth. 50,000 acres. If you've flown into Sandstars International, you've landed on it. Cornwall Regional Hospital, Charles Garden Market, Jarrett Park, all of it, their former land. Now here's where it stops being history. 1963, Sir Francis Kerjart is Custos of St. James and the biggest landowner in the country. And for years he'd been writing to the governor and the colonial office asking them to crack down on the Rastafarians. He called them an undesirable sect. And his lobbying put their camps under constant police watch. And the police turned the old vagrancy laws on the Rastas. The laws written for the enslaved in Coral Gardens. And I want you guys to pay attention to this. Independence is only 8 months old. The man at the center of it, Rudolph Franklin, was in a land dispute with the Kerjarts. He was farming their land. The overseer attacked that morning was their overseer. And Jamaica's first Prime Minister, Alexander Bustamante, the man who founded the JLP, went west with the Commissioner of Police and the head of the army. And they rounded up over 150 men. He's reported, Buster that is, to have given the order, bringing all Rastas dead or alive. Then they sold that same stretch of course to hotel developers. 8 months into independence, a Jamaican government used a slavery-era law to clear black Jamaicans off of white planters' land. So
Park and the thing them still long there, and them still about them in a jail people party too, you know. And that them favor. Yes.
They sold to tourism. And the party. Now let's talk about the JLP, because people are going to say I'm reaching. A JP minister, Christopher Tufton, sat on the board of the family's company. Mark Kerjarrett has sat on the board of the government's own housing agency. And in
Mark, yeah, you see it? So this is what Andrew doing, put them, the one of these guys on board. A chess in play. When him say, I don't know a lie, I tell. I tell you a lie, I tell. But if we go deep in a history like this, we grab him. Everything when I tell the people, I don't lie, this man never see in the history of Jamaica. Lie, I tell. Lie him, I tell. You me tell you? Continue.
2011, Paula Kerjarrett ran for parliament in Eastern Hanover on a JLP ticket. She lost, but she stayed on as the party's caretaker for 3 more years. So it's not a rumor, and it's not a theory. And then there's this one. December 2023, the opening of the Barnett Business Center. Mark Kerjarrett stands up in front of Prime Minister Andrew Holness, who is sitting right there in the audience, and tells him that the law making employers pay redundancy to workers they fire is one of the greatest obstacles to business in this country.
Let me also suggest that one of the greatest obstacles to upskilling and retooling business and industry is the onerous conditions imposed on employers through the Redundancy and Termination Act.
Can you imagine about 200 years and them still have the land and them still road grade and them they run Andrew? Yeah, them like that party and them remember in a bus that this try Rasta for them too, you know. Make them can't do what them do, you know. And the land come from there. But me hear all Drvgs Davis laugh at that piece of shit. It hurt me to the soul. Laugh for the baby and thing you call people squatter. Them man are two. Them should need not number one, them should even Jamaica, them. No. The land should have taken away from them. The enslaved, but slave out the people, them. Slave them out. And keep that and it run through your family good and very, very wealthy. Meanwhile, people them at scratch like fowl. If you survive, put them out and go at scratch. No land, landless. Same way. And the government correct that. Man, them come to correct this. Say, I got them come and even when man they say no for it must hold the land. Jamaica alone on it. See, I will come reverse that too. And then them come with a lie thing because them love do that, like in the 70s. And to come back with a lie, them even worse. The worst one. Continue.
Yeah, the descendant of a compensated slave owner standing on land bought with that compensation, telling a black Jamaican prime minister that paying black workers when you put them out is too expensive. And the prime minister sat there and listened. Now I could stop right there and let you believe one family owns Jamaica. That'd be a lie. The richest slave owner in the entire British Caribbean was a man named Simon Taylor. And within 2 generations, his heirs had squandered every shilling of it. They did it in England, by the way. The biggest slave trader in Kingston. Fortune destroyed by a bad debt. And his descendants had to start over from nothing overseas on £2 a week. And where they park today, it's owned by the descendants of a reformer, a clergyman who called the Jamaican ruling class a nigger-hating, slavery-loving oligarchy. And I think he went further and he started a small farmer building society that became Jamaica National. So no, it's not one family. It never was. The money died for some, but the land didn't. The plantation was never broken up. It was only resold, and in nearly 200 years, almost never to us. Because our people did buy land. Don't let anybody tell you different. Free village after free village, they bought quarter acre at a time out of their wages. But they bought it without lawyers, and they held it the only way they felt safe, as family land. It belonged to everybody, but it also belonged to nobody. So nobody can sell it. And that wasn't ignorance. That was defense against a legal system that had never once protected black ownership.
Yeah.
And it worked for 100 years. Then it became the trap. Because in Jamaican law, ownership is not decided by registration, not by conversation, not by who's buried under the mango tree. Which brings me back to Cooper's Pen and to a place called Gravel in Trelawney, where descendants of sugar workers were finally handed a letter saying they might one day be allowed to own the ground they were born on. The slave owners got their check in 18 months. Gravel Hill waited 186 years. So that's how we got here. But now let's talk about the man who has had the last 10 years to do something about it. You see, Andronis has built his image literally, groundbreaking after groundbreaking, hard at shovel. He has built this image of being a builder. And he says it like it's his whole identity. And to be fair, some of it is real. Houses are going up. I'm not here to tell you nothing happened. But builder is doing a lot of work for that man. It's not a description. Nobody wants to believe a builder is the same man sending excavators into somebody's yard before daylight. So let me tell you about Clifton. October 2022, Bernard Lodge, St. Catherine. Government crews came in and they literally tore down houses. Families standing in the road watching. And Holness went to Parliament and said it plainly. Gangsters have sold the land fraudulently. People built on stolen ground. Fair enough. Maybe that's true.
Madam Speaker, tomorrow the government will act to demolish those structures.
But then he goes to the community, stands in the rubble in front of the cameras, and he says,
I am a builder. I don't like to lick down things. All I have been telling people to do is build.
He said that, standing next to a house that he.
This is all wicked, you know. Yeah. This is all wicked. Because after I'm telling him I do this, they didn't come to the people them and then play a next face. Remember, me showed him play a next face. Me love when put him things them together same way. Me and myself. So I say you for all honest. Yeah. Remember, you know, it was a trick. And him go and him talk and him make them hear and this and that. Remember, him tell me a different thing. And by the way, just add on that to it, him say at the council, the security council, the IS, at the security council now. There with the hierarchy from the police, the military, you know, what over the name, the immigration, the one of them. So at the hierarchy from them there, the Highcommand, and them sitting at the highest council to protect Jamaica and from them get the information it have to correct 100%. But nothing what him said never right. It was a lie. Philip down people please. But him said him no like do this and him a builder. But yes, still at that he never even get the people, he never go to them first and talk to them and find out for himself. Him stand up in a parliament and do that. And by the next morning, the place I lick down. By him talk, him lick it down. Him talk, no, the soldier, matter of fact, the soldier that make plan and the police them already. When you notice, them just roll in early and go mash it up. And you see the same pattern. That's why I'm couldn't go down there now. Same pattern. And by the way, my play crab and work crab attack say, you know, this so him like the people them will live this so like him that's a he don't want it back for the tourists them. So that's what I tell you, so them I move there. And them want to capture place. I lie them I tell. Continue. Let me play back castle. Play back castle.
Crews came in and they literally tore down houses. Families standing in the road watching. And Holness went to Parliament and said it plainly. Gangsters have sold the land fraudulently. People built on stolen ground. Fair enough. Maybe that's true.
Madam Speaker, tomorrow the government will act to demolish those structures.
But then he goes to the community, stands in the rubble in front of the cameras, and he says,
I am a builder. I don't like to lick down things. All I have been telling people to do is build.
He said that, standing next to a house that he had just torn down.
I know what to do no more. I change the let me go record the man time come in have it come here see if the laws.
And more than a year later, some of those same families were still calling on him for help, still displaced. A builder who brings a camera crew to the ribbon cutting and an excavator to the demolition with no press release. Funny kind of builder. The only thing he finishes on schedule is the photo op. And it wasn't once. 85 Red Hills Road, an eviction notice with his own signature on it. Back when he was housing minister.
Yes.
A police station in St. Thomas that has stood for 125 years, knocked down for a road. No, I'm not going to tell you he's demolished more homes than any prime minister in our history. He hasn't. Not close. You want to know who was? Bustamante. 1966. Over 800 shanties in Kingston bulldozed and burned in a single week. Same man. 3 years after Cora guidance, same party, Wholeness now leads. I'm not going to claim there's a...
He might do this from 1965. So now Boston, no, all this going back to. So it's anti-tone. Let me show you this. Hold on. Come like back that. And I'm sure you well, you don't see Buster himself in the way. And the fire blaze. But let me just show you this too. Let me just show you this with that. See that? So I'm not 66. Him just start do this Buster. But before I finish this, Buster start that from 63. From Buster come in and that him do people anyway. This are 65. This, see that? And this are the cleaner, you know. Yeah? This are the cleaner. See that? Flashback. See that? See that? 1965, resident of Long Mountain Pen at the foot of Warwick Hill, who marched to the residence of Prime Minister Alexander Bustamante and Tucker Avenue on August the 19th in protest of the demolition of their homes. See that? See them there? Look on the kids and look on the people them that stay. So this party where you ever put up under the PR is an evil party. Them evil. Yes. This are 1965, no, 66. From 63, them are do it. Yes. From 63. Yeah? Them are do this. You understand? Oh, there's another garrison, out the build up, you know. Out the build up. But this is what him do. The foot of the hill. You have some people at the foot of him move them and move people all over the place. So the young man will do this right. You see it in front of me, you know? Yeah. Yeah, sit in front of me. No, when Andrew, that's what I'm tell Andrew something. Yeah, the danger what Andrew do is when Andrew go back in a history, you don't know you have people like Queen of draw and then to make everybody draw in a history. And wait till I do it, expose them more. And them lies. You see who really care for the people. A man, they come in and revolutionize the whole place and home and everything, you know. The bastard act, remember them not move that thing. A man, they make you know say you're not bastard again in your barn out of wedlock. Man, they put in the whole of these things where people benefit up to the day right now. You know, so the housing trust balance and Jonas. All I'm to do is PR and tell lie. Everything out of him out of garbage. When you hear him, if him say something and you repeat and run with it, you're a goddamn fool. You're an idiot. Now just him know for play on people conscience. See it when them bulldozer the people, them all saying go back offend them up, you know. And go like him innocent and you know, and him listen to them like everything all right. And them say, sir, but you never ever come, sir. And one police him say, no, let them talk, and then him talk. What him should do is go there Yeah. Yeah. Jail. Yeah, man. Jail people are poison a passion. Poison. Yeah. So him should go there and him should go there and talk to the people then him wanna go in there and tell lie to destroy the people them. But this are him wicked. Remember, continue with this. Continue with
Your
this.
tradition, I haven't proven that, and I won't make it up. But the two biggest demolition operations in this country's modern history both happened under JLP prime ministers.
Yes.
One of them founded the party, and the other built his entire brand on the word builder. Take from that what you will. Because it was never about the number, it's the pattern. Pattern 1, build first, announce it, take the photo. Pattern 2, demolish first and explain after. The warning never arrives before the bulldozer does. And that tells you who gets treated like a citizen in this country and who gets treated like an obstacle. So what has anybody actually done? Well, let's be fair to everybody. Michael Manley has tried. 23,000 small farmers put on land. The most ambitious thing any Jamaican government has attempted with land before or since. But read the name of the program properly when you research it. It's called Project Land Lease. He gave our people the use of the land, but technically not the title. Then came Operation Pride. 58,000 Jamaican families put on ground with a number and a boundary. And yes, the Auditor General tore into it. A lot of money went missing. Contractors paid many times what the work was costed at. That's real. We're not going to hide from it.
No, but if you even say that, when they must say contractor, the people them get them title. But what just the money was spent on this, not spent on the Western Hospital. None at all. Too much billionaires spent on that. Them money they not spent on to give the people them title there. What them talk about? Continue.
But understand what survived the theft. Land. Real land. You can drive to those communities today. They're still there. That was a government robbed while it was trying to help. And
the government, a contractor under the government. Can me give you a contract and you move to something and no government minister. And the government minister never robbed this. But anyway, him just say that. Continue.
the people still got the land. Now look at the one that we have. Andrew Holness told this country himself, 40% of the land in Jamaica has no paper on it. His agency was told to issue 20,000 titles in 3 years. It managed about 7. At that speed, a child born in Jamaica this morning will be dead before the last family gets the title. One government was robbed trying. This one isn't even trying. And here's the part that ties it all together. Bernard Lodge. Because Clifton, where those houses came down is Bernard Lodge. Old Sugar Estate. Government land, your land. Cabinet approved the sale of 1,200 acres of it to 7 developers. 7. And the farmers who were living on it, 142 got a plot. 1,200 acres to 7 men. Plots to 142. That is not a housing policy. That's the plantation running on a spreadsheet. And when this same Prime Minister apologized for Coral Gardens for what he himself called a grave injustice, the fund he set up for the survivors was $10 million. $10 million for a massacre. Billions for the land. Britain built a database. It can tell you exactly which British families got rich off Jamaican slavery. Every claim, every name, every pound. Jamaica never built the one that would tell Jamaicans. 13,000 slave owners on this island collected. Not one has ever been traced forward. Not by a government, not by an agency, not by a commission. And understand why that matters. Because you cannot make a claim for reparations, for restitution, for anything against a beneficiary you cannot name. The gap protects people. So I'm not asking for an apology. I'm not asking for a plaque. I'm asking for a register. 13,000 claims traced forward to the estates, to the companies, to the acreage, to the names. University College of London did Britain in 5 years. And to the Jamaica Labour Party, the PMP got robbed and still put 58,000 families on the ground. You've moved billions of dollars of Jamaican land in a decade. Show me the families. Until then, understand exactly where we stand, people.
Smart, good research. Yeah? Let me show the family the Javet. Then I show them Moran Bay Rebellion. So Javet, look upon the Javet. Let me look upon the family Javet when they start about. Right? And of them Buster kill Rasta factory, you know. And them there. Some of them on the Labour Party and lose real. See, it's a plantation, yeah. Look. Let me look upon the colony. Let me look upon this. Go back up that and back it up with some other little things. All right. Let me put up this now. All right. Screen. All right. The Jarrett family often spelled Jarrett, Kerr Jarrett, was one of the wealthiest and most influential British slave owner and planter. That's them. And you see, through the Jarrett family, there's so the man, the rest of them are plant up. You see how much Rasta there? Family in Jamaica through the 17th and 18th and 19th centuries. Originated from England. They amassed vast tract of land and hundreds of enslaved people across several major sugar plantations. Yeah, the parishes of St. James and Trelawny, them. And the land there, where them go other piece of land, they come off and feed them land where you see them come and sell to. Yeah, Andrew Onis is a mess. Yeah. Key historical facts regarding the Jarrett family involvement in Jamaica slavery include major plantation and estate, Barnett Estate. You know about this? Belfield Great House. I feel them, you know. They may have for them too, you know. Montego Bay. Remember the Jarrett family, like them own the whole of that for real, you know. Yes. You know that, right? Yes. And then they come and remember at them same one there when the JLP have the descendants of slaves own so much place. Yeah? Yes. But who want much land same way? Yeah? But who want much land? And this is what them do. I'm going to push up this. I'm going to put up this. During the rebellion, let me see what them say as during the rebellion. I'm going to put up this. All right, let me look upon this. Because they may have facts on if you know to, you know, come. All right. I'm going to put up this. Learning channel, you know, you have to know if you don't know your parts in the future. Continue. Watch this. All right, good. Andrew, you like going to pass and thing, you know, like, you know, around here, so. But like all the people then. Herbert Newton Jarrett, the second and the third leading patriarchs of the family who expanded their wealth to sugar and human bondage. Herbert Newton Jarrett, the third, asset and family wills are extensively documented in University College of London. See that? If you can go look upon it, the ownership database, because them have a database and it there for sure. Sarah Newton Jarrett, daughter of Herbert Newton Jarrett II, in 1793, she married to Dr. David Kerr. Dr. David Kerr, you have to add him in Jamaica, Scottish practitioner, Major General of Jamaica, Canola and Militia. the militia are the Jamaican them know where the militia I turn Jamaica Constabulary Force now to, you know. Yeah, and them, you know, them used to hunt runaway slave them, but them call them, when them and them quash anything, you know, the militia them quash, you know. Them are idiot, and them are labor right, you know. Like an evil, you know. Yeah, like come sit on the ear, them, you know, for your own people, me see, and he might come from militia tribe to, you know, one Drvgs Davis, you know. And laugh after the people, yeah. This union merged two powerful families, establishing the permanent Kurt Jarrett lineage, that eventually own most of the land where Mother and Montego Bay stands. And them didn't own it, you know. Kurt Jarrett. Yeah. Yeah. And them own it. And you see with them there. When you see them there, when I pan down and I do them bullshit. We know you know that with them. You understand? Think they mash up Rasta because the Jarrett family. And then them start bringing, where am I bringing Buster them? Yeah, no Rasta not supposed to survive. I remember say Rasta follow them and I talk about, we don't know any history. Now guy, when you study history, you know, if you know mad about something, I want to come and use PR and I work on yourself, no better. Make up put up this. See there? And then you call black people them squat. You cannot call black people squatter. Same like how you white man call about nigger, and call them nigger. You don't do this, brother. You can't call people squatter upon the land, man. Historical context and legacy. During the 1831 Christmas Rebellion, the Baptist War, a massive slave uprising led by Sam Sharp, many of the Jarrett properties, such as Ametial. When you hear about Ametial, Jarrett did own it, estate, faced intense labor strike and resistance from enslaved population fighting for their freedom. The Jarrett them, this you see that? Ametial, same place. Following the abolition of slavery in 1830s, that's 1838. The British government paid millions in compensation to slave owners for their loss of property. And people, by the way, you know, you hear them right, they say the loss of property. When them write this and say the loss of property, who you think of the property? Me no found no me I read that no thing say at the land. You was the property. You was the property. No man, I'm down in a St. James too, you know. You have some place have more than one place. No, you have I'm in a St. Thomas too. So they are St. James. I'm St. James. Let me show you. Let me show you. Yes. So there, yeah, man. St. James. Let me show you the St. James one. See that? See that? Amatial and St. James, but you have some place have more than one place of the name. See, Amatial. St. James Parish, yes. So you have Amatial and St. James, brother. Yes. Yeah, man. See, who you think was the property where British paid them for? No people, remember slavery abolished and them get paid for them property. Are you, our people, was the property? Yes. Yeah, you have enough place to the same name, brother. So you have a place better don't have to name this and this. And enough people don't realize because enough of them parishes, I know. You understand? Yes. And you might hear one car more than one, and you live in a certain part where you hear the name, but they're not somewhere else too. Yes. Same? And next parish. Yeah. So remember, you know, them get paid for them property. Yes. Them get paid for them property. And the slave, them are the property, you know, where them lose, you know, where them last. And the slave, where them, them used to do the free work. And when you don't know, you don't get nothing. I'm not going to play rebellion and I'll show you say I'm not get nothing. And it caused me to be rebellion. Well, I'm just going to play that. Well, let me just go to people who know them history though. Yeah? Let me go through this. Let me see this. Let me see this. So, Sam Sharp. So they get millions in compensation Yeah, slave owners, see that? For the loss of property. Members of Jarrett and Kerr Jarrett family were among those compensated. The family retained their massive land holdings well into the modern era, transitioning from sugar production to commercial and real estate. So them have the whole land. Well, them not pay for them, them just have it say, and government not take it from them and split it up. See, tourism, urban development in Montego Bay. All the whole place. Eh? Remember, they never buy it. And by the way, let me tell you something, people. Let me tell you something. Remember, British take it from the Spanish and pay nobody no money for the land, Them just practice and give them. Figure your slave planet and do what you do. Them never pay a cent for the land. Them did not. You get it for a new plantation and carry your slave. Them not the family who own the land, never pay for that land. Who them that pay? The crown cut it up and give them. You have your property, them get that, and remember the thing I go crown. Them never pay for it. And them a call the squatter when they never pay a fucking cent. A matter of fact, when slavery abolished, them get paid for you, the slave. You not get nothing, them get paid. Because them lose them lost them property. So you was a property of there, yeah. For them. That's why them pen up the place, estate of the place. I don't like the name estate, like how them a bill and I call it estate now, and you think that housing, you number one, you shouldn't even use it. It's like you bring back the word slave in a way. Yeah. You understand? So you never get nothing. Yeah, and in the first place, them not buying no land. Them sell them capture place and them cut up, give them people them. You go down there, you get this, carrying your slave, them not pay a cent for it. You understand? Them not pay, you could have pay taxes you want. No, remember them pay some money because them do the sugar and sell it back over there and them make money. But as long as them use one build up over there, So slave labor, and them carry some, by the way, some slaves they live in Europe too, And in UK and they can't slave build it up, Yeah, Free labor, them carrying slave government in them places to better. See? And that's the truth, it's there. See? Me could look on Marant Bay Rebellion. What caused it? And this have an idea what caused it. Me look on Marant Bay Rebellion. Yeah. You understand? Them get free land, the sister, yes. And yet still they can't share the land with the descendants of slaves. When Buster kill Rasta at the land of the same land, them don't have plant, And Jarrett them wanted planet, And Buster turn and kill Rasta. The Jarrett them stay with Jamaica Labour Party, remember just telling you. She the one who run Hanover and lose? Yes. She? Yes. I see them. Them have them on board, tough to on the board, them for them board and who them on government board. Don't follow them on government board. These are, and them see matter about Master Mark. Them are garbage, What them do, them use them own fat and fry other people with it. Spread propaganda, and you know these things. Are the greatest liar that ever walked the earth, and you own this. The greatest liar Jamaica ever seen. No, Jamaica, the world. Liar than Trump by far. By far. And Trump liar bad too, But Andrew the liarest thing ever walk the face of the earth. And ever will. See, dangerous. And spin thing. Yeah. You see me I say? Them get free land. Yeah. So them encourage tankatrish. See? And we show them cut it up and give them. But you have much 1,000-acre land, and no people have come and bite, and you hold it in your family. We're enslaved. You should even not chat and body in a business with you neither. You should have goddamn shame and apologize and cut up the land and give the people them. You call them squatter now, when you look, them have the most part of the land. Can't sell you. Most of the land, them not pay the amount of taxes on that neither. They just pass them over, because that come from slavery. Don't trouble them. Let me give a peace and give government peace. When look them own the whole of St. James and the whole of Trelawney to backside. And then them cut it up and do what them want to do. This is a goddamn disgrace. and passed on in a generation, them never leave. Yeah. You understand? See? They're dangerous. Let me play this.
House to ask for justice. Britain hanged them from a warship. Not metaphorically, not symbolically. They tied a rope around a man's neck and hanged him from the yardarm of a Royal Navy vessel anchored in Morant Bay Harbor, in full view of the town, so everyone could see what asking for justice cost. And the politician who had spoken up for them in Parliament, who had not even been present at the rebellion, was dragged from his sick bed, tried in a military court with no lawyer, and executed outside the same courthouse he had spent his career trying to reform. 400 people killed, 600 flogged, 1,000 homes burned, because they asked for land, because they asked for food, because they asked to be treated as human beings 27 years after Britain told them they were free. To understand Morant Bay, you have to understand what British freedom actually looked like in Jamaica in 1865. Slavery had been abolished in 1838, but the land remained in the hands of the planters. The wages paid to formerly enslaved workers were so low that entire families survived on the edge of starvation. When black Jamaicans went to the colonial courts to resolve land disputes, the courts ruled against them. When they petitioned the governor for support, he sent back a letter telling them their problems were their own fault and they should work harder. The governor's name was Edward
right now. Blame everything else.
John Eyre, and his letter, read aloud to thousands of Jamaican workers at a public meeting, was the moment the situation became irreversible. Paul Bogle was a deacon in the native Baptist church in the parish of St. Thomas. He had walked to Spanish Town, 60 miles on foot, to personally petition the governor. He was turned away. He organized his community. On October 11th, 1865, Bogle led a march of several hundred black Jamaicans to the Morant Bay courthouse to present their grievances to the magistrates. The colonial militia opened fire on the crowd. In the chaos that followed, the courthouse was burned. Several militia members and magistrates were killed. And Governor Edward John Eyre, sitting in Spanish Town, made a decision that historians have debated ever since. He did not investigate. He did not negotiate. He declared martial law across the entire parish of St. Thomas, and he sent the troops. What followed was not a military operation. It was a terror campaign. British soldiers and maroon trackers moved through the parish.
Yeah, the two of them, British, that's what they matter about give over. Not give over no. British soldiers upon the ground, them run that. So British never give over no Jamaica, never. The maroon tracker them now. They look up, sell out the one them. And them, after that, they hear them farm Jamaica Constabulary Force, so they could sell out one day. Like how them mash up people now. Continue.
For 6 weeks, villages were burned. Men were flogged in public, some receiving up to 50 lashes. Summary military courts condemned men to death after trials that lasted minutes. No lawyers, no jury, no appeal. Paul Bogle was captured in the hills by maroon trackers. He was brought back to Morant Bay and hanged from the yardarm of HMS Wolverine, a Royal Navy warship anchored in the harbor. George William Gordon, the mixed-race elected assemblyman who had spent years speaking in Parliament on behalf of poor black Jamaicans, was arrested in Kingston, taken to Morant Bay to bring him under martial law jurisdiction and tried by a military court. The problem was that Gordon had not been at Morant Bay on October 11th. He had no direct role in the events. He was tried anyway, convicted in a military court, and hanged outside the courthouse he had fought to reform. By the time British forces stood down, 439 people had been executed, 600 had been flogged, over 1,000 homes had been burned to ash. In Britain, the debate was fierce. John Stuart Mill formed the Jamaica Committee and demanded that Governor Eyre be prosecuted for murder. Charles Dickens, John Ruskin, and Thomas Carlyle publicly defended Eyre. They argued that the suppression was necessary, that black Jamaicans had needed to be controlled, that Eyre was a hero. 3 attempts were made to prosecute Eyre in British courts. All 3 failed. Edward John Eyre was never convicted, never imprisoned, never fined. He died in 1901 at the age of 85, in his home, in Devon, with a government pension. Britain did not just kill 400 Jamaicans and burn 1,000 homes. It then used the Morant Bay Rebellion as justification to abolish what little self-governance Jamaica had.
What have Britain do it? Because them soldiers do it. Britain do it. So them have no self-governance. It might have him there, but we have to report same way.
Jamaican Assembly, which had existed since 1664, was dissolved. Jamaica was reclassified as a crown colony under direct British rule. The Jamaicans who had marched to Morant Bay asking for justice ended up with less political power than they had before they marched. Their country taken more completely. Their voice removed more permanently. For 80 more years. Paul Bogle and George William Gordon were declared national heroes of Jamaica in 1969, 104 years after they were hanged. Bogle's face is on the Jamaican 50-cent coin. Gordon's face is on the Jamaican $10 note. Britain has never apologized for Morant Bay. Not one word. Not 1 pound of compensation. Not one acknowledgement that Governor Edward John Eyre ordered the judicial murder of an elected politician who had not committed a crime. The courthouse where Gordon was tried and outside which he was hanged is still standing in Morant Bay, still being used. We have now covered stories in this Massacre and Hidden History series. My Lie, where America killed 504 Vietnamese civilians at breakfast and gave the soldiers medals. The Zone, where a British court treated the murder of 132 enslaved Africans as a routine insurance dispute. Tulsa, where America bombed Black Wall Street and denied every insurance claim. Novichurka owned hungry workers and spent 30 years moving the bodies. And now Morant Bay, where Britain hanged a deacon from a warship for walking to a courthouse. 5 stories, 5 countries, 5 centuries.
The man them carry them Britain when them pan worshiping.
One pattern, and we are not finished. Next we are going to the Nanjing Massacre in China, the Baining Massacre in Papua New Guinea, the Comfort Women of Japan, the Oradour-sur-Glane Massacre in France, the Amritsar Massacre in India, the Katyn Forest in Poland, the Sand Creek Massacre in America, the Herero Genocide in Namibia, continent by continent, country by country.
No, them not try to take it over. It was British colony. It was. Them fight and free themselves. Although them same one they did. Remember a British white people, them are trying to take over US. And them did one US and Canada. Them not try to take it over, them did one it. Yes, go look back on it, man. When you see them kill the president, then and you see the war with them going with otherwise, you know, at them no want to let go slave in the 1800, up to the 1800. The South and them, that's why them kill Abraham Lincoln. Because remember, Britain they come from the same way, you know. But them fight for feed them one freedom because them say them have too much taxes. You remember that Tea Party business there? And we start, yes. See? So them fight with, and Britain they burn on the White House too. Yeah? Because they never want to take no more tax from Britain. It was a colony. It was. Yes. And Canada too. Australia too. No for the place there. Britain use, I'm going to look it up, India, when the Queen Victoria, the Panchon, some business place, they go watch a business place, go over there and conquer India, you know. So she got them there in India too. Yes. Yeah. You understand? Yes, man.
Document by document. Every story verified by the records of those who ordered it. Not rumor, not opinion. Their own files, their own court transcripts, their own classified cables used against them. Now, we have been naming names on this page.
It classifies, yes. But one thing with UK and them thing, them save a lot of things. When you go there, you can dig up now them archive and thing, you see it. Them places that Britain that run it, Britain. I'm a tough fact in China. When Britain I said look opium, when him opium, yeah, because to some tea, remember you know, Britain go there with worship, come mash them up in China, you know. Because them tell you opium, them have it, they sell it to China, you know. Yes. Them people there, and China talk about them get mashed up too. You can go look, let me show you. The history is there, you know, and I like when I know to look at. Let me show you something. Now say, well, you say you know what's going on in the world. Look here. Remember we talk this, I'm not showing you that too. Can I like show everything around this learning channel, you know? Yeah. The same opium, the opium. I'm not show you something. Where them get it from. Make up put up this. Go put up this. Quick trial under martial law on October the 24th, 1865. From a burnt out shell of a Morant Bay courthouse where rebellion now. Facts of execution. Location Morant Bay courthouse. Context troop militia brought him to Morant Bay after he was caught in the hills by the Maroon militia. A black man, our own. Some people set them free and them catch them, them turn Jamaica Constabulary Force. Well, yeah. Judge William Gardner were transported by a boat to Morant Bay trial. Yeah, actual execution by hanging. Yeah. And yeah, they matter about courthouse suit now. Them tell you if you look at the British thing that your sister where them go hanging. Yeah. So them are telling feet not sound bad. Yeah. Where say history is extremely painful. Number you have to watch history because hear this now. If you don't know where you come from, where you go, man, you can't make them just come trick you and put foolishness in the head, man. When you watch this, you know, see the people them fear of land. When the government come in, them to do like commanded to, like land lease or something, carry them down, give them this, cut it up. Can't say government, nobody not tell me about no crown land. Crown one, no land there. They never pay 1 cent for the land them capture it. No, so them are the biggest capturer of land. And I turn around, even the Jarrett them. I capture, I get them get land, you know. Where Britain capture. Capture them, capture the whole island. Not just piece of the land, but the whole island them capture. Spain capture it first. Them capture it from them. Yeah? Them capture it. See? Yeah. It's very important, man. Them capture it. Look here. Britain. Let me show you something. Britain. And then what with them too, you know, look at that history. Yeah. I'll show you history, something, yeah? Yeah. Look at. Maybe at first some of them might even not see this backside. Let me show you something. See there? During the 18th, 19th century, highly profitable state-backed smuggling operation designed to fix a massive trade imbalance. Britain used to send the opium war. Can start a war, yeah. Where Britain go down to mash up China, you know, because Britain has sell them thing for this. See, the Britain 1800, British citizens develop a massive demand for Chinese luxury goods. Specifically tea, silk, and them tell you however the Chinese Qing dynasty operate under strict content syndrome. And this cause them go down to mash up the dynasty there too, you know, because them sell them OPI. Them sell them drugs. And the Chinese dynasty are trying them just send someone ship and mash them up. We don't know the history there. Britain not sell them open, not sell the people them drugs. Yeah. Yes. See? That's a part of history now people don't realize. See? But me come back to Jamaica because I not go so far. When me see Drvgs Davis come out and do this, I try to know it grieve me. When you hear this. Yeah? Let me play this right now. Let me try more. When me see Drvgs Davis come out and laugh and then say something that everybody will condemn him. When the Drvgs Davis. Go to Drvgs Davis. Yeah? Come out and sing this. Hear this. Hear this.
People learn and leave it alone. We need to. It's a pity Gugu do transition, you know, Nora. Because we could get Gugu do to remix the song. Say people learn and leave it alone. Hallelujah.
He's a piece of shit. That grieve me heart bad enough. When you see 3-day-old baby out there put out and the same land where people But them slave with people for them mash them up. And never pay them, you know. With people them not get paid. No, you call them squatter. One man won how much thousand you call them. And get it for nothing about something. Right? You call them squatter. Most of the people them when you see the land come down. That's why they never like Mandy, you know. People like them jab it and them never like Mandy. Why? If man said the people them fear have land. And build up. You know, you know want that. You still they never buy no land. Them just sit down on the land can't come from them slave master, great grandfather and great grand people them. But mash up of people them. I'm not laughing with them people there. I'm not laughing with them. If you know them still in Jamaica and own this amount of land, JP can come on board with them and put them on board. And then I talk about slavery. Fucking punk. Reverse psychology. Reverse psychology. I tell we about slavery now. Come on now. I tell we about slavery. And this guy, you know, come out with see people and leave it alone. See people and leave it alone. Because that's what I'm doing now. I'm get some little piece of shit the way Andrew just reward him. So if anything like one is them doing back it. In a go on politics, remember him there, you know, attack for government. When we look to see my picture, my commissioner in a picture, well lean up like man and woman. Him is a garbage. You can't put up with nothing like this. Yeah. Him sick long customer, play it back, and then him want to say no, then take this out of context. You would have really do something like this and say this take out of context. This is the same piece of shit. We'll go around and talk about him get vice note and people say maybe we don't do this. And him talk about people, you know, and people outside and blah blah blah. But look what him do. Yeah? But poor little baby just born, no response to themselves in the world. And get bulldozer down. Nobody over heart on this. Nobody no do work. Nobody give a warning. And when them do a cover up, them want to move them people, them capture the land, them say them get it from people to you know. You see it. You see it. You see it. See? And them run out with this bullshit. This is nastiness here. After when he just play, when you hear him at the nastiest thing this man. You understand?
People are not leave it alone.
Make I tell you something. Although you see 65 and 66 are really Dana and Sangster work, you know. So this and although we talk about Dana and Sangster, this and Dana and Sangster and too, you know. Because Buster wanted sick from 1964. He pull out a public life. Although them go to him just step on that Dana and Sangster see all over the place. We can't show it. We can't show me have them. We can't show him all over the place. Dana and Sangster acting Prime Minister. Yeah? Yes, I don't know Sangster. So we can't leave this out time. Although we talk, we look upon these things. Yeah. See, straight as a nastiness, man. Yeah. Leave out. You talk about eye for mouth. Yes.
People are not leave it alone.
Yeah, there.
We need to. It's a pity. Gugu do transition, you know, Nora.
It's a pity
because we could get Gugu Tiu to remix the song. Say people are not leave it alone.
No, them when them see this, and this piece of done said piece and that do this. Yeah, come up and do this. And when them do now, put up and hear the laugh land. Hear the laugh land. Then them try to story the same, never do it. Nobody can in them, man. Them selling out. Yes. I want thing me not like, you know. You see, people like them, I mean not like them, you know. Can't like them. No people like this. We not get up people too. Yeah, we not get up people too. We not like people like them. We not like too much of the chatters neither and too much took back and we not like them the neither, you know. We be careful of some people, you know. That's why I say, hey, you see people like them are sell out the whole country. Them are sell out the whole country. Him a shit. You put party and money over a country, over people's lives. Not good. Not good. Him a garbage. him a one of the garbage man. Him sick drunk customer. Yeah? Them have this to come out and back the government. That's why the government still like the country sink, you know. The country sink. And then if anybody, yeah man, Jane, anybody that talk about them, I look up and what? For them, yeah? Them are garbage, yeah? When me just show, and you see the nastiness I can't teeth now. If you didn't even listen to me, you have to wipe them off completely and say, no, that's a garbage this. You understand? That's a garbage. It's so embarrassing you can't even say it. Eh? And then for moving, me not supposed to depend on about no way, they're not like that. He's a piece of shit. He's a garbage. See? Hey, me reach a stage where I'm not too fun. That's why I'm not to make fun with some people and anything. They get me done with that thing. Done with that in a hardcore. Because I'm hardcore, you know. I'm really hardcore. So, you know, sometimes you move easy, but some people don't know say you're hardcore. But I tell them say we're hardcore. And you see, we're hardcore, man. We get up with principle. When they don't have the principle, yeah, because enough of our people, them, where you see, them are either sell out, talk too much, and do too much fuckery. Cannot trust them are shit. You have to be careful of them. You have to be careful of them are nastiness. Yeah? Yes. Them same one. That's why Jamaica, that's why, let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. You know why enough people don't rise and get up? Because them not study people them around them, you know. You see, if somebody get up, them step on you, even at your workplace and everything, you know. See? Because when you are working, you take some people as a friend, and you have some people around you, them betray right now, you know, like Andrew. Now, nobody talk about no Judas. Judas I get something to do. Andrew one is a betrayer. And like Trump. Them betray you now. Yeah. Them betray you right now. You have to be careful. You have to be careful of your place. You have to, in your workplace, you don't have a friend. You might have some colleagues, but remember, as long as there is promotion, position to promote, remember people will step by you and think you forget that promotion or that position to get more money. Them selling out. Them not stand firm with you. It's sure all over there, the teachers thing, the police thing, everything. Them selling out. No two way about it. Yes. Them selling. And you have to be careful. You have to be careful of who you put around it to, you know. You have to watch your piece. And just saw them talk. See? That's why, you know, me talk more than one time, you know. Me get a lot of information. But you notice that me deal with the issue when me get it. But no man, you know nobody will run them. Come and say, boy, loan some give me up. When me and a man talk, me and him talk. Me and nobody else. So me and him talk. If you want to talk on phone, and him want to come publicly, different thing. But when me and you talk in secret, listen. If me put me the phone on my left ears and on my right ears, I hear on my left ears. Me not listen. Me not care about who. Yeah. So when me and you talk, it did so. No, go and mix and story your shit. If you go away, your garbage. Go away. See, that's why I'm not from people. You remember what them try to do the other day? That's why I tell you the same sell out like a piece of shit here. Come here and sit down and yam my food. Right here, so. And when you look at call me name to I kind of look at things that's some fuckery. I say me I do things what I do with them they know about me. Garbage. You have to get rid of everything. Everything me have to pull up. Can't remember me not fun of people from a long time, me not will like this. Me not fun of people, you know. Me not want people think me fun of them like it's okay when them come. Me never like people around me too much, you know. And when you do come around me, you could just say you call you fuck yourself, people just go away your shit. Can't come around me again, you know. For me, see you start step up if you just fuck off. Yeah? Keep up. Come in and like me at this, you know, but me put you one side. If you run out on this, me know me at this, you. I give you 100-fold. If you fuck off. But anything what me see you do, for you violate that, don't come and call me name like that, you know. Fuck off, you know. Yeah? Yes, can I have you yes, you know, as a piece of shit. So if you go away, you know, don't even come put where you see me. Just don't even see me. Yes. Can me not trust them. From slavery days, that's how people them time. Them fucked up. Yeah, them fucked up. I see it happening, you know, so it remind me. from my granny's son and feel kind of weird. So get by, you have some people them mouth give them trouble to and them thing there. So them forget away, them fucked up. Yeah, you can't trust them neither. Them mouth are not for them neither. Them are shit. Yeah? Yeah, man. When I see it one day I saw, I'm gonna call my name. Yes, and when you look, yes. Where them there? Them are shit. What's garbage? Sit down right there, so. Right side of me, so. Live. And when you look me here, them have put out some things and attack something about me. I say, me got this. Remember me a big platform, if it this, me got this back. Anything you do, me give 100-fold. Fuck off. Yeah, shit. Yes. Yeah, sir. Come on and feel say you can't run from somebody thing and take me down. You can't take me down. There is nothing for you to say and take me down. But I'm going to show you the kind of mentality, the slave mentality and the fuckery. See, you cannot trust them. When you see a drum like this, get up and laugh after them people there. Remember, you know, a listenership them want, you know, you could have depend say you depend radio. I'm not radio that neither. And I talks about people. People are hate you. Not people are hate you. Yeah. You understand? Current error sources. Best to check all the sources. Normally you check all the sources. That's why when you check them not, them can't touch it or them do something and you can't correct it because when you go on you study these things from long time. Yes, you understand? Yes. Some things when you study them now study and it make you humble. Yes. It make you humble because them don't know say you study that. Let me tell you something with people overall. People judge you by your looks. So you can trick them with ease. If you get up every day and them judge you by a suit, or you look, or you carry your ear and or you shave up and you have on a suit and put together and you look neat now, them say, yes, a good smell this. I remember pastor, them are some of the most evilest thing me ever know. And a matter of fact, jacket and tie people, them are the most evilest of them cause world wars. Just look on prime ministers and presidents around the world in a jacket and tie. And when them are send and bomb some innocent people, them are go off a soldier, but you bomb a bag of innocent people and do all kind of things. Jacket and tie do the most evilest thing in the world. Right now. Pastor, and you see them and put on a little piece of white color and then you start worship them. That is a mind game. None of them are pedophile. And do all kind of things and tell life and God and collect the money and spend it and send them people to go to school and all kind of things. You can't trick me. And that's the truth. Enough of them mash up families. That man, they have a wife and a head light. I remember when woman light, you know, make them go and don't fight, fight over them. Lighted woman to go away. So you know mine, when lighted woman, need them to run and make them go about them business. Your life, you will live longer. Yes. But you have some people them lighted and passed to get them do all kind of little things with them. Yes. You understand? Fight, No, you don't do that. You want some test run that they show them light and they make them go on. We are fight for. Yeah. Like when some man fight, not do this. Lighted people make them go on. Lighted people go on. Chat him out, go on to. We don't have no limit. Go away. Yeah? Go away. We don't know right now on yourself. Go away. See? And that keep you out of trouble and keep your soul rest and cool and easy. Okay? That keep you on an easier level. Anybody, where you see, listen to me. That's why I tell you that a boy them, and you see the sell out one them a backbite and joke you. Be careful. You see the one there, the people, them not joking, see people and I leave it alone. Remember, them just come out with that tape. But Anna call it leak. There is nothing leak. Nothing not leak. You come out with that tape. I mean, your pump vibes and the one of them come out. I don't PR. And when you look at the same, because don't you want to come out with it, the same one that talk about people, leave people on. Yes, to them that talk about Nara and the bill. I know Nara not started do nothing, people. This is the bill where them are run down and I say the PMP, them don't want to decide. I know it not do nothing. Nothing. What Nara do? I know. Nothing. They said Gugu Gaga and Chile. To do what? What them have to do? Nothing. You understand? Nothing. Them not do nothing. Send them down to Chile. You think of the people them listen me. You think of the people them bought them a build up, them a talk about building Jamaica, 5 in 4 field. Them don't have the money number. Remember, you can't talk to me, you know. Me I watch the budget. And me I watch the money with them borrow. So if you come and tell me about things and me say it no match with the budget, after you took out housekeeping and them not have the money for do nothing, you not talk to me. Unless you want to put Jamaica in a bigger debt. You have to do what? All these are PR. Me I watch the budget. You can't tell me you gotta do this and you gotta build earth and heaven when the budget, me I watch the budget and the budget not working. Then you gotta build. Without a budget, you move. So when me do my mind stuck on the budget, me I watch the budget. Me I look at them have shortfall. What them gonna do? And if you borrow and put you in a more debt, what you gonna do? You can't go tell me say you gotta build earth and heaven and whatever you gotta build and me know you don't have the money for build it. And then me I run up and down and say, yes, I'm a builder and them cut 2 river. You can't tell me that. Go tell somebody else that. Me stuck the thing on the budget. Yeah. Yeah. But me stuck on the budget and me sit up shortfall 2 times and I say, whoa. We session now and you see everything I drop all over the place. So what you gonna build? Yeah? So I watch the budget. I'm gonna watch the money where them a borrow. And if you borrow and build member bigger money for your pay back, you're gonna run up the dollar. Push it over 200 for one and they will not suffer like dog. So I watch the budget. You think you can just say now and build and you build with source and that's why I'm a point out the whole bag of bullshit. Yeah. You see what I say? Yeah. I know my prime minister. I know my Altia. I'm a US billionaire. You're dangerous, you know. You sure about that? I'm a Jamaican billionaire. Where's a US billionaire? I'm my prime minister. You see? Yeah? So, Andrew, not listen. I'm a US billionaire or a Jamaican billionaire. Where say? Are you? Yeah, you're not easy, you know. You're not easy. Where say is a US billionaire? Him? The US billionaire? Andrew? I'm a Jamaican billionaire, man. Where say US? You know, man. Who not going bad? No, listen. 1 billion US are 160 billion Jamaican. No, but you say US, you're not dangerous. No, I'm a billionaire to what we see, but we not take the US, man. US billionaire, 1 billion US are 100 billion Jamaican. Yes. So, you know, we're not taking it. But I'm a billionaire. I'm a billionaire. Yeah, Jamaican billionaire, man. Yes. I'm a Jamaican billionaire. My name wife, you put the thing. If you build a house, 800 million. And then you say 400 million. Remember, I'm going to put them in house where I'm living and everything, you know. That alone gone over $1 billion. So I have not asked him. I not ask him about no billion. This guy never have nothing. This guy never all, well, a Bluebird, one of them all car there. Where my drive in a 2007. In a 1997. The man them were power with him tell me about the car. Yeah, yes. Old car. And right now, him coming down taxi when taxi so cheap. Right now, taxi too. Can you imagine you have 2 taxis on the road and you make 10 billion a year? You can't do it now. You can do it back in 1997 when the taxi fare is even smaller. Or you make 10 billion. When the bus them couldn't even make it. That makes sense too, no? A matter of fact, him tell them 3 taxis in a one thing, then him say 2. Can you go back and look on taxi fare? You can go back and look on it, you know? It's there. So the man that drive get paid. That means more than the money and you make 10 million per year and doing this. Yeah. Yeah? You make 10 million per year. You go on stage and say 2 taxis, me reading the IC report to tell them 3. I'm a matter of fact, it never did it. Let me tell you why you said that too. Let me tell you why I said this too. Him said because taxi it's untraceable. Because remember you get cash. And you have man a drive fee and a carrying 10 million, 2 man a drive fee and give you 10 million per year, brother. 10 million per year, then put in your hand. You can imagine, you look on the taxi fare, and if you're here, roll over to now, make nothing buy, put gas and everything there, right? Nowhere more expensive. Don't get so. You are make 10 million per year, and then you have one company at the same time, I don't know too much money. How much million? Where you get the money from? Oh, and you pay your salary. You pay the little so and you. Yeah. Right, to arrest commissioner. Of course, them have the right to arrest commissioner and police. Them have the one of them have the same powers, you know. And just for administration reason, and yes, the rank, you use the rank, you know, and for supervise. You know, because you couldn't make every police just come in and for supervise reason. So you have rank, like in any work. You have a supervisor to make sure the work can go on because the people they may lose money. To make sure, say, you know, just come and take out some shot and go sell it and we're going to get account. You have to get account for these things. That's why we need supervisor in the force. And when they go to work, a man just sit down. Somebody a supervise them and know say, hey, and make sure that. But otherwise, the one of them, even the man who supervise you see him just break the lie, you can turn and lock him up. Most of them will not do that. In America, they will. They will. In a US and in a Canada and in a them place, UK and them, they will. Yeah, them could be the best of friend. From them to charge you for something, them have to charge you. That you want to shoot people and where you look, you draw a gun and you go do certain thing and them see up on the act. I do some where you break the law. Remember if them thing on and them see that, you know. Them can't go rub it out, you know. Them in a trouble. And if them for arrest you, them arrest you. If there's something where to go in and, you know, but them have to give up the camera too. Yeah, them could have best body, them have to pass it on and them can't trouble it, you're not trouble. And you're gone. And the same department are charge you. You know, make you go the same department where you work, them are charge you. Them charge you. Yes. You understand them charge you. You have to know the world run and you want the world run like that. Yeah. As I said before, you know, we stand up for them. We get this earth. But we stand up for them. You see me, I say? Look here. Look here. Just come in, look. In Police Federation fraud investigation, BBC, 2 more officers arrested. In Police Federation fraud investigation, BBC News. You see? Yeah. So, if police involved, them arrest you. Because you break the law, you go on the criminal part. Not in Jamaica. Police do everything. Thief court do everything. Unless you find out something, then put it out. You're the man a bed, you know, you can tell a man say this. But you can tell a man say that. You can go back in and you can make money. And then they still step by your shoulder too, you know. Depends on. And then you have some police, them carry news. Forget stripe. And then play the political line, forget stripe. Like we're going right now. And them can't say like stay in front of them. Because our people are the worst set of people, them sell you out now, you know. Them sell you now. No care deal with them good. Them forgot to deal with them good, them sell you. So when you're aware of that, everything around you, you have to check them out, you know. Investigate background and watch how them move and everything, because them sell you now. Just watch. A matter of fact, when them talk to you, just because them deal with some other little things and then put yourself in the position. You have to be careful of them too. Yeah. You understand? You have to be careful of them. And then dangerous. Dangerous. See? You have a peace of mind. So you have to study them. Yeah? And my stand same way. When it comes to land, when the slave owner, them still own it like the Jarrett them. Them land should be taken away and split up and give the people them some. You should even have it, you should have forced to pay the slave. You there, you know, forced to pay the slave, you can't tell me nothing. Them land you seize them and cut up and give them descendants. You can't have it and you do all kind of things with it and them they get no title. What is? Eh? And you live comfortable for the backs of these people and then you throw them off. And call them squatter now. Remember, you know, when the people, you know what hurt me? Remember, say something and it's a touching too now. You see, when the people them want to run with Trish, yeah. No one is above the law. Yes, my sister. Trish, you see, when the people them, when them carry them in a Jamaica and them want to run with, that's why enough of them go run with, you know. Because Maroon is not a tribe, you know. Me hear some people that say, yeah, man, I'm Maroon, brother, not me, I'm Maroon. And then they side of me, I said them are Maroon in a way. They live in a society and they side of me. You're Maroon. Maroon, them run a Maroon half day. the British them. That's why they have maroon tracker. Yeah, veteran Jamaica Constable. Once night watchman and maroon tracker. You them call the tracker because them go around and them track other black people to go catch them and thing. Them that they sell out one them. Yeah. See? The people that are trying to run away from the same plantation, going at some bush where impossible. It's figure start them one thing. And you have my own tracker. Them time they don't take you and bring you back on the same land now. Where you sit on pan now, where you go back pan. Your people them call them squat up on the land. When you did not run with them one, you back you couldn't run there because you was them property. You was them property. Your people was them property. Them own you. Like cattle. And that's our property of Jarrett. And property of them, and property of them. And so now I want to get to the surname too, you know. Whether we get to surname. And an Africa surname we have neither. You understand? So we get to surname. Go check your surname and see if them you have a state master name. So. Yeah. So now we get to surname. We're in there, we're born in there. Go check it. Because you will come in, you get the name, yeah. And them get the name, yeah. And then when they get the name. So you see it spread. And some of them now, some of them go to the same slave woman, them, enough of them get them pregnant and everything. And you get them name there. So you have the name. If you just watch stuff of them, if you don't know this, I know how history that. See? Andrew has seen it long time, you know. Richie. Andrew has seen Andrew now run the place. Andrew them line them pocket. Andrew them use PR when never sit down for your country and make Andrew just run PR like this. Yeah, Paula. See, you can't make a man run PR like this, but one man I won't know something about it, man. It's a goddamn disgrace. Eh? And all them do is run for a thing and take PR, you know, but when you fact check it, you know, hey, all right, let me say something to you. It don't make no sense a man run out come talk when he want to talk, you know. Like if him talk before me don't mind when you talk before me because I have a fact check you. I don't want to talk before you. So if you ever put out 100 man and them talk, them fuck with me, I have a fact check you now and hold you back to the truth. You know what I said? Me don't mind because I rub you out. I will specialize on that. That's why I'm a fact check and do all the while. But waiting when him talk because we never come with lies. Him and them millions. Yeah. Who change their names by the poll. All that to Trish. You're right, sister. See? We have to do that too. You understand? So we know so the Jarrett them, and we know so because of them make them mash up Rasta. We know it's a tough time. You depend them board and them depend government board. I want to love that. Yeah? And them gone in a something else and them live big. Them live huge among us. And when you talk about give them back this, and them fear do this. And them to turn around and them should have come out and apologize like how we know it's them. Them to come out and apologize. All the one Cargill in a man the time, the one where you know you have Cargill Avenue, Cargill them too, you know. Because one of them bought Monday, this and that, when you look him at people I work for him too, because he might tell if I'm waiting at the 1700, him people them have the land. And like man, they want to give it, take the land and give it to them. Yeah? And there are people about that. It's not documentary, you know. So them never like Mandy for that. But yes, still Mandy. Yeah. Yeah, Mandy will come from up there, up in the class. Him came down there and stand up for the people and said, no, this must go on. I'm going to alter the balance in favor of the black and poor. And I'm like that you want to drive name through them out. Oh, you do that. Oh, you do that. Eh? And I tell life on the man and do that's why me and you, brother, let me tell you this. You know, let me tell you something with me, you know. You see, when I righteousness like this, and you go, we not allow you to tell a lie, brother. Every lie we are dissect and show you. We are show the people them how you lie. This is one of the main things when I show you up. Because I see you try to step on them and your character. You're an evil piece of shit. And then when we come out, you know, when him say, you know, I'm Godfather. And when him father, and him lie. Because that's a lie again. Man, they came in 72, that February, in born July. I saw them say. Yeah, so February to July, right? 5 months. But in father delighted when Mandy said, we crawl upon, we're not going to crawl upon, we need, we're going to stand up and walk our feet. And I, Michael Andrew, hold this, be firm, that's why father gave me a Michael. And didn't want him to lie. It couldn't be that's why, because Mandy never said that in 72 when him just come in. And you have 5 months. He never said it before you born. That was a lie. You understand? You saw him lie. Eh? He said years after your born. Couple years after your born. So your father couldn't say that's why I'm giving him a hand to, because Michael said this. You're a liar. But fact check your brother. If you go, man. That's so you know him dangerous. Inconvenient liar too, you know. He just to point and tell lie, you know. And the PR. If you study Andrew Willis, you know, say my crapper. Indeed, very dangerous. And these are the things that hurt me now. You see, when I say Big Mama, Big Mama, you know, good night, you know. Because under Monday and him come up was school. Big dirty thinking, Mama. And him have a little problem. And other one that said them a PMP, then what you do? Me could have joined Andrew Willis and spread propaganda. Really? Really? He found himself with a Big Mama. Yeah. Yeah. Cargill, him one of them too, you know. Maurice Cargill, him one of them who are right about Manley. Him one of them I come from the Cargill family. Them not good. Yes. You remember them spread the propaganda, you know. Yes. Yes, Barry. Yeah. Yeah, Barry Clark. See? So you know, so them not good. Them not good for morning. So, me see what them do, you know. Them, man, they tell about the whole propaganda. How about them doing, him talk about it. Him talk about the cliques. Jano, how me for the Bolande? When me talk about Mandy, you know. Mandy stand up in a, remember play this with Michael, man. Me can't go and play this. That's sir. We are talking about real freedom fighter. You have to stand up for freedom. We are talking about, man. Yeah. Yeah. If he was to tax and make billions, no, him just lie. Because him couldn't make none of them money there with no tax and them thing. Give him credit. Him a watch you, you know, when you go tell that, no, him a say, yes, sir, man, I tell him to give me, I'll give me credit. Credit for lies. Every time I give him credit for lies. Good.
Money to rule it, and have ruled it in their own interest. It looks at a world economic system that has no regard for the poor, that has no regard for the small nations, that has no regard for the poor of the small nations.
Yes.
And the policy is a dignified policy, is not a violent policy, is not a policy of guns. It's a very honorable policy, but it is a very clear policy. It is a policy that calls the poor of the world to stand together, to stand firm together, to struggle together, to struggle for change, to struggle for justice, to struggle through organization, to struggle through will, to struggle through determination, to struggle to build a new kind of world in which your children and mine will walk with more dignity, with better housing, with better opportunity, with better prices, with better response from the world monetary system. That is the world to which I call you. That is the world for which I struggle. And no power will turn me back from that world. And comrades, if you go and walk with me, if you go and step with me, if you go and move with me, we're moving as warriors. We're moving in determination. We're moving to struggle. We're moving to change that world. No power will turn us back.
Now, when you hear them speeches, yeah, you never notice them, you know. He might tell you how the world run, because if the world run better, Jamaica will up there too. And then it made me ask a question when enough man wanna ask. Yeah? So me ask a question, and me ask America. It's more in your interest as we in the Americas, because remember the little island, them have some little chip off of the bigger land mass. Yeah? But that it'll be more favorable for America, for US, or the #1 country in the world, to make sure the region around you, them all right. Same like Europe, them did a war and them stop. No more war, World War I, World War II, them stop, them unite. But you see the color of them people there. Them know for unite and put the thing behind them, so you never get an next World War from out there, so you know. Impossible, because them talk to each other, them in a, you know, European Union, like one and UK. So you never get a next World War from them. Them will survive from beat you. Now we in the Caribbean, so is a cheaper for the motherland. You know, about people them, you know, bandage down, like Commander said. You know why? Because most of we have them color. We have the color, we don't look like the European them, so we have the color. So like them do it for a purpose, all over. Because them the island don't take nothing for your rise them, you know. Them can't rise, they could have made the factory them and do the thing them there. Yeah. Yeah. He might try and demand the but him can't give oh yeah and demand there. When he might try and mass up the housing trust. When that do is come out and tell like that's why I know. Him might tell a lie about him mother, but yes, his mother was a civil servant worker. You hear the job of shadow? Not cash program. They didn't tell a lie about him this and all kind of thing. When you listen, he might be a garbage civil servant worker. I get good paid than when you talk about cash program and them could afford house and thing. Also, so expensive and them thing there. See? Sherman they reform the place. So Sierra come now and dismantle that. And give back the backside to the people, the man do it. And yes, the same IMF and the same America disappointed in Sierra. Him ox the place. But what Andrew know it's dangerous because when I'm going to history and talk, him know what history said speed. So I'm thinking about, let me tell you what Andrew did want to do now. Let me tell you again. Andrew, you went did want to do, Mama move this. You went there tried it. Andrew that tried now, say me the Prime Minister. When me talk, JIS are carry it. The media are carry it. So if a one man doesn't carry it, then now I believe in them. The master I believe in me. So I spread the propaganda and hatred and say the PMP mash up this and the PMP do this. He never expect we come out and dissect him and do fact checking and know our history. He may expect we say, I don't lie, I tell you, like when come and talk about traffic rules, that wasn't a crime. And when the man went talk about Finsack saved Jamaica. He himself tells the government spend the money bail out the people there. Remember, Siaga borrow money when not pay back from the bank. 31 million and the one of this. All the shot them borrow money and the one of them thing that you know. Yeah. Will become the extinct. No, because them have followed the man, them want to get rid of them. Them are idiot. Them have followed the man, Agata. Them have followed who want to get rid of them. No respect poor people. But yes, them come from the poor. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, them from CARICOM. Andrew was Sabari. See, Andrew was the chairman go down to around December for 6 months. The same CARICOM make people can go down there go live. No, because people live about down there. CARICOM thing and easier for them to travel and not get nasty. A man did it in 1973. He man 3 others. Yes. Yeah, he man 3 others. Same from down there, him do this. You understand? They must say, oh, more integration and everything, man, did it. See, when people come on the great, I call them communist. When you invite China and give China like more than 700 acre land to backside. The amount of acre land Chinese get on a bill. China is just silent in your place. And China is like a little superpower in our place. You can't get land, but them man get land free. You come in into there, train your people, them, you know, civil engineer. Train them up and make them do the little road. Chinese get every contract now. You have to work with them, then get majority, stay over this, and then you want pay back. Over 700,000 people now work according to them, it's more than that, like 1 million. And by the way, the data when they put out about work going on, it's a wrong data bullshit. Because they never create no job in the first place. It's there. And them cut hunger. Can you imagine Andrew look pan we and say them cut poverty in half? That's how we anyway say. But when you look at Andrew, look at 2024, 2025, now the whole election will be a handout. Then poverty cut, nobody know why you handout nothing give them better. Jamaica are set up proud people. But when you have a handout even chicken and give them little rice and little flour, you know, Kentucky, and people are fight over it, you tell me it's a poverty cut. And then a video it and put it up. The man is sick, you know. You video that and put it up. And when people them like this, hungry like dog. and then come talk foolishness. Yeah. It make it possible. Yeah, trouble free that around. Yes, him do it. So what man they do, you can't remove them. The other day when they Uganda where the Prime Minister come from the other day. Not Uganda, which part him come from the other day? The president in Africa. Yeah? When him came to Jamaica the other day, you notice him talk about 3M, him talk about Marcus first. And then him thank Michael Mann for stand up and fight for them. For free them. Ghana. Yes. For free them up. Michael and Castro. Fascists that rush them. Yes. Michael and Castro. And him thank Michael Mann for everything we him do and stuff for the third world. But they still Andrew take Michael Mann they align with communists. When you're non-aligned what the world know about. Eh? Free education and free ed for the first time in the history of Jamaica under Michael Mann. Yeah? The man, wicked man. Long time. Yeah? You take the man put for money, but you take evil Siaga and put for money too. That's a total, that's a politics, that's a total disrespect. Eh? Man will destroy the place and put for money. That goddamn disgrace. And then, having the bugs them and put out right. Me no like, hey, let me tell you again, you know. When a man come out and tell, make sure you have your facts straight, you know. Because you get straight up. Yeah? So when you run out and you put even 1,000 man per line to come tell lie, me no mind. Because I have facts check them. I do not mind. Yeah. No apology, of course. We ask a man, Ransford Smith. No apology. See? The clique Monday speech. Let me say I can't draw for Monday speech. Let me say I can't draw for Monday speech. Monday speech. Monday. Let me say I can't draw for Monday speech. I forget this, you know. CIA, guns, Monday. All right, see there? Can you imagine you sell out CARICOM, inform CARICOM treater Monday? Let me say Monday speech now. Yeah. Yeah, man, this is a lie about communists. I have the whole of them thing, but more I show no one more of them thing. I'm on the plan. Let me see the 76, 73. All right, this is a Monday. Michael Monday plan for housing. Okay, leave that. Some more Monday speech. Norman, Michael. Hey, me have the thing that we have said on CARICOM. Monday farm CARICOM. CIA guns. Remember play that one. Remember play it.
Jamaican Labour Party as its instrument in the entire campaign against the Michael Manley government.
Yeah.
I'd say most of the violence was coming from the Jamaica Labour Party side, and behind them was the CIA in terms of getting the weapons in and getting the money in with all the propaganda guidance, because there was a steady stream, a continuous campaign of propaganda against the Manley government. The weapons, there was no problem with getting weapons in, because the ganja smuggling was a perfect route for bringing weapons back into Jamaica from the United States. The CIA would look upon the radical political content of reggae music as dangerous, because it would help to create a consciousness among poor people, among the great majority of Jamaicans. And of course, naturally, the climate was created for an attempt on Bob Marley's life.
Not my saying, but this all bad way. Them use Bob Marley prison, but you know you have a Jamaica Labour Party. I know the CIA. But remember the CIA not put them foot, come bust the gun itself and do these things. A man from Tiba they shoot Bob Marley. Harder by them run Sierra. Some of them for charge for treason. We see enough of them run out now, them in a, you understand? Them they are about to do all kind of things right now. But this hurt my head. This hurt my head. You understand? Enough of them run out. I remember play about this.
The Jamaican Labour Party as its instrument in the entire campaign against the Michael Manley government. Most of the violence was coming from the Jamaica Labour Party side, and behind them was the CIA in terms of getting the weapons in and getting the money in with all the propaganda guidance, because there was a steady stream, a continuous campaign of propaganda against the Manly government. The weapons, there was no problem with getting weapons in, because the ganja smuggling was a perfect route for bringing weapons back into Jamaica from the United States. The CIA would look upon the radical political content of reggae music as dangerous, because it would help to create a consciousness among poor people, among the great majority of Jamaicans.
And the man them study we all with music, you know. And that's why them not mind when them the youth are talk about eat out and bite out and do all kind of little shit, you know. Because they're very apart with some consciousness, it open people eye and we use it. Right? And when it spread it remember music, you know. You hear the beat and you love it, and then you listen to the lyrics. And then, you know, that them know. So they make a temper on him life. Liberal shoot him again. Remember them mash up Rasta already, you know. Them do some evil thing. I know I try to explain it to the PMP with them like that said. Them fool their fart.
And of course, naturally, the climate was created for an attempt on Bob Marley's life. The purpose of all those activities of violence and armed robbery and murder, coupled with the propaganda campaigns calling for the overthrow of the Manly government, naturally created a situation of terror, really, of tension, of uncertainty, of doubt, and fear.
So it's a situation of doubt and fear. And that's true. It's a true. This are true. Yeah? You understand? The man them born on a wind time on to backside. Kill poor. That's some me know so them evil, you know. The man them burn down evil time and kill over 53 old people. Blind and, you know, some of them disabled. Feeble. Can't move. And them lock. If you look at even tide one big and it up on the post, it have some different door and step. Them block it. Nobody couldn't open and come out. Majority of them that for burn up. Man, them is that evil. See? And then for them think now when Andrew come now, Andrew use PR for spending lies and propaganda. You can't allow him to do these things. It must not allow. You understand? It must not allow. Michael Monday, remember this. Michael Monday, Caricom, Michael Monday, Walande, Catmore, Kilcock. Michael Monday for the poor, Mrs. Michael Monday for the poor. Budget speech, Walande. Michael Monday, Mrs. 76. I remember play at 76. I just want to play. I have to play this before.
Usually tranquil island.
I think that one has to distinguish two clear things. Firstly, the city of Kingston, like many cities with problems of unemployment and poverty, has always had a tendency to violence of the kind that you would find certainly in many North American cities. Set and off balance and that sort of thing, and definitely therefore there is a political element has crept into the situation.
Well, why would the opposition party, I presume you're referring to the opposition party, there are only two parties running.
Yes.
And why would they go to tactics of that nature? Don't you think it would harm them more than do them any good?
Well, I think that the whole thing, you see, has been, I think, rather cleverly managed, in that our political tradition has always involved, again, a very marginal element of violence, although it used to be in the old days just fist fights and the occasional brick and things of that sort. And recently what has happened, as I say, is to introduce into this tendency a certain element that I think is borrowed from the underworld. And I think this has been done by certain elements quite deliberately to cause a certain panic in the society, to give the impression that the government's not really in control. And of course, sometimes, as happens when the violence starts on one side, you get reaction from the other side. So in the end, you get a confused situation in which the average citizen may think, well, it just seems to be both of them at each other. Mm-hmm. No, so that one gets a cloak under which really to work the plan.
In driving around Kingston, we noticed a lot of signs saying Castro go home or CIA go home. There seems to be a Cuban-American involvement in this. Now, how much influence do these countries have on this
this, and then him say it after.
political scene at this time?
76, you know.
They don't, neither country has any general influence in the Jamaican political scene. What has happened is that because the Jamaican government has had a policy of friendly relations with Cuba, very like the Canadian government, who have always had a tradition of friendly relations with Cuba. We have been charged by the more right-wing extremist elements of our opposition with all sorts of propaganda in what has really been an orchestrated communist smear tactic.
So you hear not my word. It come from Mandover, mouth, 1976. The opposition, the communist smear tactic. Yeah? Because of them and do this and then...
Very unfair. We're not communists. We're very much a sort of social democrat group, democratic socialist group. And these smear tactics have been worked, which accounts for the Castro go home kind of slogan. And then, of course, there has been a certain tension in certain elements in the United States of America about our relations with Cuba, as indeed there is tension in America towards Canada's attitude towards Cuba, as you know, is not approved of by the State Department. And so somehow all this has got escalated into a series of charges and countercharges.
Well, is there some financial involvement, say, from the Cubans to your government and from the Americans to the opposition?
No. Well, I can't speak for the Americans with the opposition. There's no financial involvement between the Cubans and us, none whatsoever.
The Cubans are investing here, though. They're like building a school.
Well, that really was a gesture of solidarity. It's very much a, you know, there's a new thing emerging in the third world, where third world countries often...
Man, I tell you about third world and sufferation, and why you listen. When you tell here, all man Cuba work together.
Do things for each other on a cooperative basis, in a manner that I think is quite new in world experience and very interesting. We, for instance, are helping them with no charge at all with some things that we think we are quite good at, like tourism.
So we are helping them with tourism, no charge at all. So do bad things for Cuba, you know. No for them, you don't know this. Andrew, you didn't know this, because Andrew watch, you know. You didn't know this?
We send teams for no charge to help them organize their new tourist industry. And also we have been one of the countries here who has, I think, shown courage in standing up for Cuba's right to be accepted as a normal part of the Latin American family. And I think that they appreciate this, and as a gesture of solidarity, offered to build this school as a sort of reciprocal gesture, which of course became a subject of propaganda.
Yes, why?
Can't say a propagandist and to indoctrinate the peasant people, you know. Yeah, man, got them to school. So Cuba them come build school and bring doctor communists. To educate them own people, you know, up to now the school them around. Up to now. GC Foster College not up. Jose Marti and Garvey Massey and them school and around. I be a garbage and talk, you know. The Cuban doctor them come in much people. You must be able to live in Jamaica. You know much eye them safe from go blind. You know much people them put back on their foot with it sick. Eh? Because of Michael Manley. Up to now, you matter about 50 Cuban doctors come in a year, nothing back. Yeah? Continue.
Would they be so touchy, though, for people to take pictures of a project like that?
Well, you see, because they've been, the fact that they're building this school has been the subject of a lot of unfavorable comment in the American press. Right-wing elements in Jamaica have been very nasty about it. And they, after all, you know, have a very unfortunate experience with the CIA, as I'm sure you know. And they have had their own embassy. Yes, in recent times, for example, their embassy has been attacked twice here by extremist right-wing elements. And I think that this tends to make them very sensitive and therefore touchy, as you said, touchy about the situation and very careful. And, you know, with the state of emergency on, they would be particularly, I think, cautious at this time.
Yeah, this is how they put the state of emergency on. Because this is how the CIA them did not try to do, you know, overthrow him. Yeah? I hear them brush the embassy, American embassy, and them do it and make it up, you know. You have other thing
About
to tell
Canadian investment in Jamaica, I understand it's about $300 million. And with the swing toward socialism or perhaps eventual nationalization, what sort of situation are they in now? Is it a precarious thing for them, or?
No, we have very good relations with Canadian capital generally in Jamaica. We've found them to be good corporate citizens. The banks, by and large, cooperate with the government very well. We really haven't had any problems in that. And with one of your major investments, of course, which is the Alcan operation here, we, as you know, are in the middle of a major revision of our whole bauxite strategy, because this is our critical basic resource. It's the one really big thing we have going for us, apart from tourism. We have our people, we have bauxite, and we have tourism, and we have sugar. And our negotiations with the Alcan group to work out a new relationship between them and the Jamaica government are going very well, and I think are getting quite near to an amicable settlement.
Mm-hmm. One of the, I should have asked this along with the first part of the interview, but one of the reasons I got for the, if I may call it, terror and unrest here, was the unemployment factor. And the fires and things that have been going on in a very poor area. Do you feel that perhaps it's because of these poor people and the unemployment rate that has...
No, absolutely not. Absolutely nothing to do with it at all. What that does is to create a tense situation. But the actual terrorism is manipulated. And it really is very easy to demonstrate this, because some of the problems that we have had have been small groups of gunmen who operate from quite expensive Toyota cars. Now, when you own a Toyota car and the three of you work from that, I don't think you really are poor.
Yeah, though. It's that a critical thinking, man. Because the gunman, them were pass and a shoot up place. I remember with that Blackwood and thing. Them operate from Toyota car. And I'm telling you, where you own that's not about no poor. You know, somebody pay them give them more fair operate out, and them drive by and shoot up a place. It's how we see and the CIA them they're doing. Yeah, man, they tell you, that will not be a poor man when I have nothing. And what have you, where I try build, no man I try for your own something. They may operate. So you know, it's not stupid. These are the questions we are asked, you know. And you don't know certain things, you know, critical thinking. Play back that again. Play back that. Hear this.
It really is very easy to demonstrate this, because some of the problems that we have had have been small groups of gunmen who operate from quite expensive Toyota cars.
Okay.
Now, when you own a Toyota car and the three of you work from that, I don't think you really are poor. But what the poverty does, as I say, is to create an atmosphere that can be exploited and manipulated by anybody who is ruthless. Where the unemployment is concerned, for example, with all the tremendous world inflationary pressures that have hit a little country like Jamaica so hard, and now with the economic recession that hit us so hard late last year and earlier this year, in spite of all that, we've actually reduced unemployment slightly. Not as much as we would have liked, but we have actually pulled it down a couple of percentage points.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel that these poor people then in Trenchtown and other areas are being used?
Oh yes, as far as this is concerned, there's no question that they're being used. Mm-hmm. No question at all.
In regard to terrorism on the island then?
Well, it's not really terrorism on the island.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. What about the tourist situation?
No.
Is it safe for tourists?
Absolutely safe. It is, although it's a very unpleasant situation, it is our good luck, in a sense, that all of this has been restricted to the urban ghetto area, an area where we are pushing massive housing developments right now within our...
Yeah, when I'm saying I push massive housing, not a capture nothing. Housing development, and that's true. Yeah, man, tell you where to go. Let me play it back again.
That all of this has been restricted to the urban ghetto area, an area where we are pushing massive housing developments right now within our very limited resources. We really are working very hard and building thousands of houses a year now for the poor. But it's a huge backlog to overtake. Can't be overtaken in 3-5 years. It's a huge task. But the violence itself and the manipulation of it is very much a phenomenon in the western part of Lower Kingston, where the bad concentration of poverty is.
Yeah, western part of Lower.
The emergency powers, politically, will it help you or harm you?
Well, we haven't really thought of it in those objectives basically our objective in the state of emergency is to do with the state of the society, its confidence, and its economy. The violence was beginning to break the confidence of the Jamaican people in their own society and therefore having a very bad effect on the economy. And we are determined by the use of this admittedly extreme measure to create an atmosphere in which the Jamaican people begin to recover their self-confidence in their society and begin, therefore, to act in a dynamic and buoyant way in their economy. That's really what our objectives are.
Is it working?
We think it's working very well. We're very pleased with the results.
What are your chances in the next election?
We'll win.
Are you sure about that?
Well, let me put it this way, to say that you're sure always sounds arrogant. What I really feel is that, we have done a tremendous amount for the poor, for the people, in spite of the pressures. We've got a very powerful organization. We've got very solid mass support. We're very strong among small farmers and groups of that sort up in the hinterland, actually the part of Jamaica the tourist doesn't get to see. And we feel that the people understand us and we understand the people.
All right. The great Mandy, that man, Sir Mandy, yes. When him putting things to the people, I notice him ignore them. Yeah, him tell you what happened. Him no add on things, him just tell you as is. You understand? And like Andrew use the same CIA tactic and the lies. Him lie bad, Andrew if you go away, man, Andrew lie bad, man. Lie bad, dangerous. Yeah? Michael, man, I can put in the last one now. I never put in this. When I play Sir Mandy, I can't stop saying, I look at my final one. For the poor, I see this. Mandy for the poor, I see this. Mandy carry come, no, the speech. 73, well, I'm there. And the far house. Michael, man, let me see this. Ford carry come, I see that one. Birthday, I see that one in 1976. Interview that. Against imperialism. The man they were more under 76. Alright, so I'm slip. Alright. The man for 76, when I have 73 speeches. Alright. Well, I may have them, I have them. Oh, I'm put in a thumb drive there. Okay, I'm have in a thumb drive there. I want to stay. Let me show Andrew. This one come out to that one and then Andrew. That one. One to that one now. One to that one and then Andrew. And 76 speech, me I look for. All right. Remember play that one. Remember come out to that one.
For the first time, national service in Jamaica.
You want to say, Andrew? Him just in 1 year. And I tell him at the national, you hear them talk about heart and this and that. Listen when him come in, you're dead at 10 years, imagine. You got country banana talk one bag of bullshit, them money and action figure here. Play back that. Let me draw back for the budget and you hear one way him do. This is 1973 and one way I come in. Let me show you man see what's when them work. Now follow you.
We are starting for the first time national service in Jamaica. We feel the great need is in education. They were going to call for the young people to give us a period of time when they get back into the primary system to teach before they move on out into their careers.
Yes.
Once a child reaches 16 or 17, if they, say, fail their O-level exam, we will then ask them to give 2 years to volunteer for 2 years, to come in and teach in the primary schools while we look after them, which will also give them a chance to try again for their exam, in which case they might then be able to take advantage of it to move on further again. If the child passes the O level and wants to move on to A level or some kind of technical training, child will go, but we will ask it to carry the obligation of service.
Shem says 16 or 17 and him say the child, him use that him says child. And just say, on a 15-year-old boy, Radam! All the little boy who are going on with gun, Radam, 15 years! You will never hear a man like this with Prime Minister say these things. You know, kids are kids. We are trying to move them from some little thing and keep them safe, not to threaten them like that. And put water gun on the book for lock up our granny. On the time, Andrew good?
And if it goes right to the end of the university system, so be it. But even at that time, we're going to say, come and teach certain subjects in the technical schools, come and teach subjects even for 2 years in the primary schools. Create a revolution in the knowledge of the people by putting our skills that we've got through our secondary system.
No, LMCE, no. And them not sign that kind of military thing with them. You know better, you know them have that, a long time them have that. We know about it. So it's not a military thing to say, we sort of them talk, nothing like that. About the drugs we are passed, so them want you to stop it, although you know Jamaica not stop it. And about nothing else. Yeah? And about to come train them up in a this and then we look them can go up and back a fever fight, nothing like that. About the drugs. We stop drugs in each and every country. We stop, and them do it before. Them always do it. Make them sleep and say them are going to prison. So no military, nothing for like a military and they go teach them and this is what I know. We have it before, man. You know about it, man. So now when you write that, and if you do not like that. I remember them a pata cat, so they're not going away. Alright, play.
Cycle back into the training of more skills so as to bring the light of knowledge and freedom to the people that are being born and growing up in the system. I think it's the most exciting challenge and opportunity for Jamaica since independence. It's something to stir the fire of nationalism and patriotism in your heart, Mr. Speaker. The National Service, they'll be asked to give 2 years, mainly in teaching, but also, if people prefer, perhaps with the literacy program, they can help with the youth development program, with the youth camps that are coming on stream later this year, the new type of youth development. There are all sorts of ways in which they can help put back into their country so that instead of drowning through the lack of resources to create training, we use our own resources that say, let me give back something to the country that gave me both birth and the life opportunity of higher education. Because of all this planning, sir, I'm very pleased to be able to announce something more about education. At the present time, about 2,500 children in each age group move through into the secondary system and then some into the comprehensive, the technicals, etc. Because of plans already laid, already 9,000 of those children will be able by next year, September, to move into expanded technical schools and expanded secondary schools. That still leaves another 10,000 of junior secondaries with nowhere to go right now. Because of the call for the volunteers and the getting of the secondary schools to give back the training in the system, we are going to be able to revolutionize the quality of the primary education, because as a well-educated youngster that is going in, we're going to be able to release the best teachers to move up the system and strengthen the system inside the junior secondary. And by the introduction of the SHIP system next year, among the 19,000 junior secondaries, 9 of whom will go on into secondary, but 10 of whom will remain, we will be able to give 2 years further training and lift the age of the junior secondary schools from 15 to the age of 17. What we're going to do with the 10,000 is to create training in the junior secondaries that is particularly orientated to the needs of the economy. Therefore, that 2 years of extra training in the junior secondary for the other 10,000 will have a heavy vocational bias.
Yeah, Andrew sit down and talk about, oh, one build up school and everything. Andrew business about that. Kentucky, $5 grand. You hear in people them all over. You hear the one they Ochi, them greed, them get them black tank, and them want more and farmer ticket to pay that them put in a people head. Pay this them put in a people head. We have a power, we have my sister, but we play them thing. I be an education and what have you, and you self-reliance. Continue.
Strong on work attitudes, concepts of work discipline, and the creation of skills that will be particularly identified by industry as the things of which they are short.
And tell them short. So them I build up, them I call it art now. The whole of everything I want to put.
We want to see this country can take one thing and lift it out of the quagmire of politics and let it be like a beacon summoning the nation to the solution of its own problems through self-reliance. I come back now, Mr. Speaker, to where I began, which was the problem of...
Let me play Andrew now, just to tell us, say, we can't look out now and out, but we build with self. That same self-reliance I'm talking about now. After 10 years plus, him come back to a man, them can't run with a man to do, you know.
An age group marching forward. You have, say, 50,000 children of 15, all with their anxious parents behind them. Of the 50,000 children roughly of that age next year, instead of 9,000 with a hope and 41 to face a blank wall, at one stroke we will have lifted it to 28,000 children who will be receiving further training of one sort or another. More than 3 times in one stroke. And the key is national service. The putting back to your nation of what you gain from the privilege of education. When we talk of taxes, I say to the people, I know it is hard. And you know, it reminds me, I hear all the jokes and fine, you know, the better the bitter, and that's all what makes life worth living. But let me remind everybody so that, you know, it's a very funny thing about life, Mr. Speaker. Many a man has died of an illness because there was not a doctor to prescribe 1 dose of medicine. And many a man lives in the world today, Mr. Speaker, because there was a doctor that had the courage to say, draw 1 draft of the medicine, it will taste bad, it will be bitter, but it is the thing that will release you to the better that must come. And therefore, I say, I know the taxes are hard, but I say to a person, when you're thinking of your bet, and I hope you win it, wherever you are, whoever you are, think that that is helping to start the revolution again in education, to lift it yet again from where the torchbearers of the past have brought it up to now. If you're drawing on a cigarette, think that it is helping, that either it was going to stay down, or the condensed milk go up, or we couldn't start this great new initiative in education. We couldn't give the chance. We couldn't let the mothers see the whole light of hope dawn for the children of the next generation. Something had to pay. And rather than creep along...
I always tell about the next generation, the kids, them. And to him, I think that they are them everything to him, you know. And them are the future, you know. Old people, they may make sure give them Jamal, you have to even learn to read and write before you're dead.
Like before, we said, let us be bold now. Let us be brave now. Let us take time and destiny by the forelock now, so that we can set tomorrow's generation free. When a person buying a car...
Set tomorrow's generation free. And look what Andrew do to the tomorrow's generation. I know, you know. Look what him do to it. And this try to lie. Them turn billionaire. And have some little idiot people when they put parade at some one bag of bullshit. to back him. Yeah? Yeah.
Sure, it had 76% tax before, so now it has 25% more. It's not because they don't want people to have cars, but something has to pay. And maybe somebody buying a $4,000 car, which already has 75% tax on it, maybe, or something around there, and there's another 25%, not as much as was there before. Let them think that maybe that money will be supplying perhaps 2 jobs for 2 people that have never had a job in their lives. And ask yourself, do you love your country enough for that to be worthwhile? And I say, sir, we talk of change. What is change? Change, sir, is the willingness to look at your system and have the courage to know what is wrong.
People want to hear them change. Just count them by your finger there, you know. Paula, count some of the change them in a 1 year. 1 year and doing this. 1 year. And everything when put some of the things when put in the first year. 73 days.
More is not change. Change is to reorder the values of your life. Change is to have a vision of a new hope for a society. Change is to have the courage to invest something now in sacrifice so that tomorrow's people may be free. Change is a matter of a vision of justice. And you talk of change. Was there change? Let us speak of change. Labor Day was change as people began to feel self-reliance. The People's Food Complex that is coming is change because it will bring relief. That is change. Operation Grow is change. The leasehold system is there for change. The integrity legislation is change. The literacy program is change.
Imagine when man drop in integrity legislation, Andrew just turn one. I got turn one. It catch Andrew. I see catch Andrew. Catch him in the kitty. Play it back. Eh?
Let us speak of change. Labor Day was change as people began to feel self-reliance. The People's Food Complex that is coming is change because it will bring relief. That is change. Operation Grow is change. The leasehold system is there for change. The integrity legislation is change. The literacy program is change. The recognition of women's rights is change.
By the way, the human rights legislation, not even America. Can you remember them now? Them have man over them, you know. You and them do the same work. I know man I get much time more than you and them push you aside. This pass from way back in Jamaica. Yeah.
40-hour work week for government workers is change.
That's what them are work now for. Because the people used to work longer than that, you know. 40-hour work week. You hear this?
The workers' bank that is coming is change. The creation of equal status for all children in Jamaica is change.
Hear that? Status, hear this. You and Joe?
Change. The creation of equal status for all children in Jamaica is change. The law to prevent non-Jamaicans owning our land is change. The workers' bank that is coming is change. The creation of equal status for all children in Jamaica is change. The law to prevent non-Jamaicans owning our land is change. The law to prevent non-Jamaicans owning our land is change. The law to prevent non-Jamaicans owning our land is change. The law to prevent non-Jamaicans owning our land is change. The law to prevent non-Jamaicans owning our land is change.
Too much time I repeat that because the law did there say I gonna move that, you know, and start in garbage again. Non-Jamaican, you can't win the land.
The 18-year-old vote is change. Free
18-year-old vote are into it. You see what thing when people are talking about? All the 18-year-old vote, yeah? Yeah? Free education. What am I talking? Let me play about that again. Yeah. They're not no shame yet. They're not.
Of equal status for all children in Jamaica is change. The law to prevent non-Jamaicans owning our land is change. The 18-year-old vote is change. Free education for the people is change.
Yeah, where free education come from? I'm free too. And him. And to them, hear them now, how jail people bring in free education? How jail people, when I hear that, he never did in the 60s, I'm on the bring it in. I'm a matter of fact, so when it come in, yeah, I'll be a garbage and talk, you know. Eh? Me I play the art of the thing then, man. Eh? And you never know we have them for when you tell a lie, me rub it out. That's why I say like facts checking. Me no want to talk first. Sell your toes up, your bullshit black and them run out, go put out garbage. All I'm gonna do is dissect them. Me no need to do nothing else. Put out the truth. Play again.
National service where we put back is change. These are the means by which, sir, we shall achieve power for the people and freedom in our time. These are the means. These are the means by which, sir, the power will come to the people. Sacrifice now for a great day tomorrow where we will march together in the name of work, in the name of justice, because the word is love.
Why may I tell you, that's where you're touching, you know. So we go upon the history, or they move up the land and them think that we don't believe in that. We believe in a Monday kind of style where, you know, the non-aligned style, where it really help Jamaica help other country. Show them say, yeah, we have self-reliance. You know, we deal with self-reliance, we rely on ourselves and build up the country. Right? If you do that too, yeah, non-Jamaican owning the land, one of the greatest things that too. But, you know, see, I gotta take it and give them back. Give them back country, they just go and sell out the land and then call it. Oh, you call Jamaican squat upon land there. Eh? Where our people slave and never get paid. When they talk about reparation and all, I never want to hear from them, you know. Because the first thing you do when you come in our government to do, like you continue where man did that do, your land lease. And a matter of fact, give them the land. Give them it. Landlord, they give them it. Farm it up, go and live on land. Because upon the end of the day, when you pass and go, you know what nothing, you know. Everybody whether they should have a little piece. It's bad. But one man, when you look them and come from slavery, them still have the majority of land and do all kind of little thing. You see me, I say, yeah, Pato. See? You understand? This bad. Bad. Them can't give me talking. Because me know my history. And when them come out and tell like, this man, me and him, listen, me and have it out for not done right now. That's in my DNA. That's right in my DNA. You come with the lies, we are rub it out. You put Big Mama them can't help you. The Big Mama them are dunce. Charles Davis are dunce. You have a lot of educated fools and will not realize it, you know. You think you can just come, you think a man that can't remember, you know, when I show man himself, I tell you what I go on, you know. And it just me myself attack, you know, I show you, I come with receipts. Because I not do tabloid. Now I show you the first budget, the budget after I'm going for the first year, the budget, 73 budget. Yeah, when I tell you everything we put in and the rest where I come in with them pass 2 laws already, when I tell you, it's there. For education go straight up at university. 1974, them changed the two things that kind of people never go to school and dance. And them have thing I train, I teach all old people for read and write. You understand? So these are the things that people for know. I know when Andrew come and tell him back a lie and feel say, oh, me sit down at the prime minister chair. I tell lie and people believe me. So chop everybody start disbelieve him now because they look up them things. And them fact check him all the time. Me have a fact check Andrew. You have a family. Them we have a fact check Andrew dangerous. Very dangerous too. We don't talk. Nah, so nothing else. We don't talk. Yes, so let me go run it. Let me just put up. Remember, today I do much. Remember the boat ride come up very soon, you know. So when I get them ticket online now here. You look it up, card, you get the ticket online. The 13th a boat ride, so get on a ticket. Up and running here. Alright, get on a ticket. Make the call. We up. Alright. Later, you know, I for run. Yeah, I'll get some, yeah, go eat my breakfast now. We have to come walk them first. And then eat breakfast after. See? All right. Me out. Bless later.
We in lump sum, we a beat it till the hammer burn. We now make them get in a them and again. None of them boy that we none of them. We in lump sum, we a beat it till the hammer burn. We now make them get in a them and again. None of them boy that we none of them. We alone some rise up the bomber day.
I'm not a Judas, them a backstabber. I'm my wife, and this straight beauty and glamour. No guy can walk to name me with no dagger. Maybe the heart of Mandela, but the mind of a Zama in the mold like a bullman. We send us the jammer. Lyrically inclined, be a metaphor, so no listen to lyrics line to line. Become a lyrical filter. Put up any with him, they want some more hole in a hater. Lyrically inclined.